What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
I'm your host Drake. With me today, I got Tio and I got Easy. How's everyone feeling? We're here to talk Traitors New Zealand season 3.
What's good, y'all? It's World Cup time. Let's go, Mexico. Who are y'all rooting for? Are y'all watching the World Cup?
No.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I was watching the World Cup.
Okay.
I'm currently watching. I've been watching the NBA draft. I'm full in on draft.
Okay.
You know, my barber watches the World Cup, so I'm gonna root for whatever team he's rooting for.
Well, you
And
know
this
what I'm watching? I'm watching the Traitors, so I'm not
Yes.
watching
Well,
no
why can't we watch
World
both?
Cup.
Also, shout out to our friends in New Zealand. They're in the World Cup too. I don't think they're
Okay,
advancing,
yeah.
but I watched their game. Shout out to New Zealand.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Didn't you have a relative involved in the World Cup, Teo?
Bro, we don't need to. Yes, I did, but I don't watch the World Cup, so it's like that's the only thing I watched.
Real.
So, um, people are probably wondering what Easy's talking about. My father played the violin for the Bosnia versus Canada game. Go check that out if you ever can find it somewhere online. I don't know, but that was really cool. Other than that, though, I didn't watch anything about the World Cup, so I'm not really a sports person. This is actually my sports
Period.
reality TV.
That's real. Like that's why I do like reality TV because I'm a big sports person, like specifically basketball. So I do view reality TV as a different sport. Like this is like
Same.
a sport that I could be good at, because I'm not athletic. But yeah,
Now,
you should just
you know
lied
how
and said you had someone playing in the World Cup.
I mean, this is why the US and Canada will never win the World Cup because our general audience doesn't care. But that's okay because Mexico's going to win. So I don't, that's fine.
good for them. Now, you know how they say sports is competitive? In a way, I kind of see the same thing with reality TV, where I feel like it's very competitive. I feel
Yep.
like the online community can get very competitive. Any viewers would get competitive in a
And
way.
toxic.
Yeah. I don't consider myself toxic. I don't consider anyone here toxic.
Agreed.
But I do get very competitive in a way because Sam did not live, and now I'm upset about it. Now, did it
Yeah.
ruin the episodes for me? No,
Wait,
not at
wrong
all.
one.
Oh, it did not ruin
Yeah,
the
I'm
episodes
trying
for me.
trying to do this.
But
Mother down. Mother down.
Yeah.
but
Straight to the next slide.
we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about why Keanu did this. Was this the right move for him? Spoiler, no. Um, what made him tell? Did I literally said I don't know. Did I say this in the last episode? I was like telling Keanu, do not tell James. Do not tell James.
No, you
And he tells
literally
James.
Yeah, we
delved
really don't do
into,
that.
like, you looked deep into his soul on this podcast last week and said, Keanu, whatever you do, don't tell James you know Sam.
Yeah, because I think we talked about like that would start the war between Keanu and James because James is a better player than Brad and Joe from what we saw, where he would get ahead of that and try to get Sam out.
Yeah.
And he didn't need to try to get Sam out because Keanu just eventually does it. But he definitely still used that information to his advantage. And I'll go back a slide real quick. This is what we're heading into the season, to this episode, to this drop, where they had the death match last time. And we came in, it was between Dave and Sam, who up to this point have probably been the two main characters out of the Faithfuls. They're the two that I feel like we heard a lot about. And in my mind, I was like, whoever survives this is potentially the winner of the season. And so I'm looking super smart right now. I'm looking like a genius, is how I'm feeling.
Well, I don't blame you. I thought Sam was gonna win too.
Yeah,
Or at least make it to the end, and she did neither of those, so
I was so shocked. I was like, oh.
yeah, I honestly didn't even think like the whole time that murder was happening when Sam got murdered, the whole time I was thinking there's no way she's going home. So it's
Yeah.
definitely giving Hannah, there's every reason for them to kill Hannah. And then Keanu tells James that he knows Sam and then proceeds to kill Sam. The one person who is
Terrible.
never gonna go after him until maybe the end game, but we're still not there, he kills.
Yeah, we still got a while till we get to that, and we'll talk about more detail then. But what, like, that's a potentially game losing move. Like, when Keanu loses the season, that's the move we're gonna look back
I
on.
said it last week. I
Yeah.
said it last week.
And episode 7 was honestly not that bad for Keanu because even
Yeah.
though like his name was being kind of sprinkled around, I feel like for the majority of the time, people are looking elsewhere. They're obviously looking at Aroha. They're looking at Chloe now.
Well,
Well, they're not.
one person's looking at Chloe.
There's one specific person who's looking at
Well,
Chloe.
yeah. Um, and then like it's like what happened between episode 7 to episode 8 for Keanu just to drop so hard? Because like that to me is crazy. This whole time I'm like Keanu's winning even after episode 7. I watched episode 7 yesterday. I watched episode 8 like a few hours ago. The whole time between yesterday to today, I was like, well, yeah, Keanu's probably going to win the
Right.
season. I heard episode 8 is like a great episode. Perhaps that might mean that like James goes home, which he does, but I didn't expect Keanu to get all this heat. So it's honestly like baffling to me. And I wonder if there's a redemption arc for him still, for him to win the season still, but I don't know.
I was loving this drop. To me, this is like, if we're making sports references, which I always do, as you know, this was like the third quarter to me, right? It's like, okay, felt like Keanu at the halfway point had a big lead, and it felt like he was in control, and he knew he was in control. I think for a strong trader, you have to know yourself, you have to be self-aware, and you have to know your cast. You have to understand what motivates the other traders, what makes them tick, what do they care about, and the same thing for the faithful. And it felt like Keanu was just one step ahead of everybody, and on top of that, had a great social game, which we know plays well no matter what game you're playing, no matter what show you're on. At the same time, we know this is Traitors, and at some point when the numbers get smaller, people are going to start thinking differently. And to me, what we saw from this drop was that the Harrison vote really turned people's heads, spun them around, forced them to go to bed that night and think about what they did wrong and wake up the next morning and try to get it right. Because it really felt like they had a different level of focus, and they started looking at things that previously had been mentioned, but that
Yep.
maybe they forgot about. Minor details, such as how Keanu reacted to taking Harrison out, maybe some extra guilt behind that. Little details like that come back. We see Maruya bring up again in this drop at least once or twice. She still thinks that one person from the yeah clique, or the alliance, whatever you want to call it, is a traitor, and those things aren't going away. And I do agree. I think it's game over for Keanu, but I love that we're going to get him for the last 2 episodes, or at least one more episode. We got 9 episodes of Keanu as an iconic, in my opinion, traitor figure across all English speaking
Damn.
franchises.
So you think
And
he's going home next episode?
I think
Okay.
maybe at the final fire, but
That's what I was thinking.
I don't think he's winning. I do think that he could recruit someone, and that recruitment could win.
Yeah, well, episode 8 is very interesting. Like we're gonna talk about that, I think, the most. Just because like how much the game changed, like it's crazy to me because now like Maria and Hannah are suddenly like actually they have some footing
Yeah.
potentially. We don't know yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a crazy ride.
Hannah woke back up again because she was asleep that last drop,
Yeah,
or the editors just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna like put her to sleep." Like
girl, she
we're gonna put
reviewed her
Yeah.
notes.
we're gonna put her
She
on the
was
shelf
like,
and then bring her
yeah,
back for episode 7.
yeah,
Yeah. So the episode starts with, and the first people to walk into the breakfast are Chloe, Deb, and Violet. And Chloe starts telling them, "Hey, I was at this death match last night. I was," as she's explaining everything that happened about how her, Hannah, Dave, and Sam were forced to draw cards for safety, that they were chosen by the traders. And I believe this is one Chloe is the one that says, "I believe all 4 of us are faithfuls. I don't think a trader would put themselves in the situation," which is I think that's how I would probably view this. Like, I just wouldn't assume a trader would be down there. And Violet says, "Okay, so Chloe, you are the traitor." She is fully set for these 2 drops that it is Chloe. Chloe has to go, because that was Harrison's dying words. Actually, when Harrison was being drug out, he was like, "Kill Chloe for us." I actually don't remember him ever saying this. Like, I probably should have rewatched. I'm like, was this his last words? Did he tell her to get out Chloe? But I'm gonna believe Violet because I don't think she would lie about that. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Violet
also
said, "Go after Harrison. I'm going after you. Like I'm getting revenge for him." She is the Izzy Fields to Harrison Fields, and she.
not okay. Let's.
also this is some random
I mean, that's how it feels.
some random things I found out looking at the wiki page for Traitors New Zealand. I have the same Ryder's not my real last name, it's my middle name, but my middle name is the same last name as Harrison and Deb. They're part of the Riders. I
Let's
was
go.
like, so like now maybe I
Oh,
have to root for Deb. Like Debbie, you gotta win this, okay? Come on. Us
she
Riders.
might at
I
this
mean,
point. We
it
talked
wouldn't
about it.
be you wouldn't be covering the show without rooting for Akaya. So here we are. Congratulations.
She's a lot of things. I
Shout
don't
out
know
to
if
the
she's a
Ryder
Kaya.
family.
Drake,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
agree with Easy's narrative. Trust me. Like whenever he brings
Well,
up
yeah, you're the
the
other one.
Kayan, well, well, yeah, but
I'm stuck on a panel with two guys who always stand
I don't
Akaya.
know.
you
my
were
main
standing Violet. Let's be
And I
honest.
still am.
She,
I will say
Hold on.
Violet
If
is maybe
it,
my number one character right now, other than Keanu. Like
thank
Violet is
you.
so funny to
Period.
me.
Period. So I was right. Also, if Keanu recruits Chloe, who's currently his number one right now, which he said he was considering, then Violet was actually right this whole time, because Chloe will be a traitor. She was just ahead. She was from the future.
okay, okay. I mean, I guess it works, but will it work? No, because I don't even think Chloe's getting recruited. I think it might be someone else. But
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
we will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually Maruya and Keanu enter, and they're talking about how they think there's at least one traitor in the group. And Keanu is heavily pushing this. Keanu has formed a legitimate bond with James at this point, and he's trying to get the smoke off both of them. He also, I think this is where he talks about how he wished it was Hannah that was murdered last night. He wants Hannah gone, and eventually Hannah will walk in, so he's very disappointed that Hannah's not dead. But yeah, I think Keanu's trying to just push a narrative that keeps him and James safe at this moment. He does value his relationship with James for now. That's a big for now. So yeah,
Love Keanu's confessionals. Like for me, he's my favorite character, I think, out of anyone um in the season because his confessional was like, I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie, I'm a baddie. I'm like, oh my god, I just love and like there were other ones that I noted for later, but I just absolutely love him. Like you're right, Easy. Like I'm just glad that we're gonna get him for another episode because
Yeah.
I genuinely thought at the end there that maybe like he's gonna get sniped out. Um, so yeah, I can't wait to see what else he pulls off next episode in episode 9. It looks crazy at the round table, and I can't wait to see it. At least one more episode of Keanu, and we could have gotten more if he made a smarter move in episode 8. But
yeah,
what can you
Well,
do?
wait, I remember what he said. He said, "I'm not a bad person. I'm a baddie. I'm just a baddie," which is
Yeah, he
real.
said he looked in the mirror last night, and that's when he yeah.
we
So
also
campy.
we do get, like I've said it, Violet has potentially became like, I can't stand her because that was easy stand first, so I will acknowledge this.
Let's go.
I don't get why she was purple for the first half of the show because
Right.
she is a great villain. I think she's like a
Yeah.
very campy character because they're talking about, we kept saying Jill's a bad traitor, but she led us onto the Harrison track and he wasn't a traitor. That's good. He goes, I still think Jill's a terrible traitor. Just watch. And then when the click is like slowly starting to turn on each other. Specifically, Violet is fully on Chloe, and she says to her face, like, I believe you're a traitor. I want you gone soon. She says, if you're a traitor, one, you didn't choose to be, and two, I would want to be one also. Which like
It's just the way Violet does not care. Like she's gonna put it out there. Like she said, Aroha and Chloe went. Like she was gagged. I was gagged too. I didn't think Violet was gonna say it to her face like that at breakfast,
Yeah.
especially after they were talking the whole time. I'm like,
Well,
okay, Violet.
well, she also graduated from Yale and is like the president or the queen of New Zealand. So
Yeah. And then eventually
Right.
Aroha and Hannah walk in, and this is where Hannah finally gets to share the story about the death match. And it's not just Chloe telling it all. And Aroha is listening to this, and people think she is fake reacting. They think she's acting, specifically Aaron. He's very sus of her reactions. And it's like, at least this all the time in the church, all you have to do is just like gauge people's reads. So it's just a bad read. But I think the people who are already sus of her, I think this is just them like wanting to add some more evidence to it. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you all also see that Aroha had a shirt with her name on it? I was like, it doesn't get more camp than, I'm sorry. This and then her exit speech were just fucking like campy as fuck. It was like borderline iconic. I just thought she was a fantastic character. Not the best player, not the best faithful, but she did
Wow.
make it to this drop, and she had some awesome moments. And there were still some people that doubted that she was a traitor. So it's not like it was a
Mhm.
complete pile on.
Yeah. And this is we finally get to learn between Sam and Dave, and then they get to play the card game, and Dave says, "Ladies first," and Sam pulls it immediately.
Yeah.
And she felt so bad when she pulled this. This is actually like
Yeah.
I felt so bad for her, and
I mean, whatever.
yeah, he was like
You're still in the game.
he said it's just a game, go have
Okay.
fun, enjoy the rest of it, and like it is probably
She
hard
was
because
stressed out.
yeah, you did just watch someone get like murdered. Like they don't show it on camera, but they do kill Dave in front of Sam once the cameras are off. I know it's probably stop trolling.
What?
You didn't know they really kill people on the Traitors? That's what they do.
Oh my god, really?
But
Insane.
That's why Sam was really emotional at breakfast and said, "We gotta get a traitor out, guys. Like
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired. Like you traitors are horrible people." Which, look,
Well, yeah. She said she was terrified.
I
So-
also need to acknowledge this. This cast is acting like they've never gotten a traitor. They just got two back
No,
to
right.
back. Why are they acting like they're surviving? They're outplaying all of us. You've gotten like 2 out of the 4 roundtables have been traitors, guys. It's like you wait, like 2 out of 5. So there's only been 3. That's not that bad. Like
it just
come on.
goes to show how much of a mindfuck it is, though, right? It's like
Yeah.
you spend 48 hours being deceived by somebody who's sitting right next to you and eating lunch and breakfast and dinner with you, and you start to lose it a little bit.
Yeah, like you would think they've never caught a traitor before, like the way they talk in this castle. And this is an all-time line to me when Dave just says "ladies first sucks," and while he's sitting there all sad.
Shouldn't have given it to her first. Like Sam is just a mother. I'm sorry, she was gonna pick that safety card regardless. We already knew that.
And I honestly thought that was gonna like become because there was like a confessional from Dave too, where he said, "Who is that lucky in life? Sam, I guess." And I was like, "Okay, wait, that could be a winner quote for Sam." And there was something later in the episode that also that just struck me as like, why are they highlighting Sam so much? And I was just thinking like the whole time, yeah, Sam is gonna make it to the end and she might actually win. Like I started preparing myself to be like the person who talks about Sam the most this recap, which I still will, but I just didn't think she was being highlighted so much because she was going home. And that's where I went wrong. So damn.
And
Damn.
this was the end of Dave, and I like Dave. I thought he was a good character on the show. I think the first drop he had like that one moment that annoyed me when he like interrupted Elliot, but I think since that he was kind of just like a funny character on the show. Like he was kind of just like one of his shields really bad. He was very like aggressive player, like trying to get the votes to stay. I found it was like a funny, campy person on the season. Like if we did tier list, he's probably a solid mid. I like Dave. He was cool.
Solid mid is crazy.
Yeah, like that's not a bad thing. That's the thing. I like this whole cast for the most part. Like, I don't think there's anyone on this cast I dislike. Like they've all been fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So then we move on. Ooh, almost removed myself from the thing. Start going to the next slide. Aroha and Maria, they start talking. And they're like, why would they kill Dave? There was so much heat on Dave. And I think they're the only two who had any heat on Dave because I don't think she's like, Dave would have been banished tonight. Little does she know at this moment, it would not be Dave that would be banished tonight.
Well, the funny part about the Dave and the deathmatch thing is his one confessional, right, was saying that he felt like he was getting closer to the truth, that like maybe they put him in there because like he was a threat as a faithful, right? But really it was just circumstantial, right? It wasn't it that they like gave him a hug while he was crying to them about something, like pouring his heart out to them. It was just wrong place, wrong time, which is like kind of sad and campy at the same time.
Yeah, and then also I forgot they did tell them that it was a plain sight. They never figure out that's the phrases, but they start to like look for clues and like what could have been plain
like,
sight.
Someone mentioned a hug. Like, of course they did.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was watching the episode the whole time thinking, Maria looks like she's in Squid Games. Like that jacket, that green jacket. I don't know why that strikes me as Squid Games. And like her hair being up like that, I feel like that's so Squid Games coded. Like it just
I would love
to
see her on that. Honestly, I'd love to see her on any other show. I think she's hella entertaining.
Put her on put her on Beast Games season 3.
I mean, Beast. I mean, those like Beast Game and Squid Game really just you're there in a warehouse with like 5 million people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we need her on like
Or yeah, the
Survivor,
Squid
Australian
Game's a
Survivor. Let's
challenge.
go.
Oh, okay, sure.
They can always
I
just
mean,
bring back.
we had Kat
Yeah,
from
Yeah,
exactly.
season 2, so
Now
very
there's
possible.
an established crossover. Let's go.
they could
Yeah.
always bring back Survivor New Zealand. I love Survivor New Zealand. I think there's only like 2 seasons of it. If you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah,
I think it's a good two
I think I
seasons.
watched season 1. It
well,
was
I didn't
good.
like season 1 too much, but season 2 was a lot better than season
Yeah,
1.
season one's not perfect, but it's still like okay to me. Like I do enjoy it. So another thing that happens here is Keanu and Deb are starting to get closer, and I thought she was going to tell him about Harrison in this moment. I truly thought she was going to say something because he was the most emotional about Harrison leaving more than his mom. So, but she's where she starts pushing Hannah, specifically Hannah. This ends up coming back to bite James later, but she's specifically pushing Hannah right here, where in the car she talks about how the traitors, the more and more they make it, these round tables, the easier it becomes because they're just like getting used to it and they're getting more comfortable being how they are, and which I think is that's a good thing to say. No one responds because honestly, I don't know what you're supposed to say. It's kind of like, yeah, agree, but so no one responds to her. It's just dead silent, and she's very suspicious about this. And little little did we know this comes very important
No,
later on.
yeah. Like,
So
This is,
damn, I
I
did
mean, this
not.
is the moment where, to me, they're giving her kind of a dodo head edit, right? Like, didn't they play like goofy, like carnival music or something behind one of her confessionals or when she was speaking at one point? And then Keanu recognizes, oh, she has no idea what the hell's going on. I
True.
think this is setting up like Keanu clearly wants her in the end game. To
if
me, it's like he wants Debbie in the end game and he wants Chloe. We know that for sure.
if Keanu somehow does make it past this next drop, which will be very difficult, but we've seen crazier things happen in Traders. I
Definitely.
think his path to winning is with Debbie. And just like
Yo,
what the edit
that
is
would
showing
be
And
us.
I think
I
I think everyone's gonna start to know that whoever the traitor is gonna want to have Debbie as a Kaya faithful at the end. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
yo, that like could you imagine how Debbie would feel like standing next to a traitor at the final two after the all the shit that she's been through now? Like, oh, I don't want to see like I almost want her just to go home before that. Like I don't want to
I mean,
see her
she said
distraught.
just
Like I feel
just
bad
kill.
for her.
She said just murder me next, right? And
Yeah,
that
she was
if you're a
oh.
traitor, you're like hell no. If someone wants to go home, you're staying to the end with me because
But
you're
okay,
not
like that
focused.
is like the smartest strategy. Just say you want to go home after all this, and maybe they won't even send you home.
That's
That's
true,
Maybe they will if they
but they
actually
might
genuinely
banish
feel
you.
bad.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, but like Keanu and James, like no, neither of
Yeah,
them are gonna care. Like they're thinking about the game the whole time, which I have to give them credit for. Well, until they make a dumb move, but
it did at the bottom here we have what I call the card survivors. It is Sam, Chloe, and Hannah. They're discussing like how they probably should trust each other and look out for each other because they believe they're all faithfuls, and they know people are going to be sus of them at some point because there's a chance there was a traitor down there. And Sam brings up her theory that it's Aroha and Aaron, and that the reason that Sam and Hannah were down there is because they're easy people to that they like and they don't want to directly murder because they might feel guilt about it. So it's just putting them down there is an easy way to murder them. And honestly, the version that came to my mind was like, it's not that deep. I think like if they're gonna put them up for a short list, I think they're just gonna murder you anyway. But I've never been a traitor, so maybe that is like you don't want to directly kill someone. Maybe it's like, oh, it's up to chance or up to fate or something. But Hannah says something interesting here, which is I don't think it's Aroha. Aroha. I think Aroha is a distraction that's being spread across the castle, and she's become like maybe the main Aroha defender for this episode,
yep.
where she doesn't think it's her. And I wrote down she didn't really push Maria, but she's discussing how Maria always says that she sus the group and wants to split the group up, but votes with them every single time. Which
yeah. See, like Maria reminds me of like a Big Brother player who always says like the right things, but then she's way too passive about it.
Well,
Um
until
Now in the game of
now.
Traitors, it could work. Um it could backfire still because if Maria had all this information about Keanu the whole time, and if she says that she did the whole time, people might not believe her. I think I mentioned that last time. Like, I just don't know if people are gonna really believe her. They didn't believe her or Hannah this episode. They still voted out James. Like, they probably thought about Keanu, but I feel like they're just gonna go back to okay, well, maybe it really is Hannah or Maria. And that's why I'm like, if they recruit Maria and she goes home next episode, that could really help Keanu out because I don't know if they would really assume that Maria and Keanu would ever be on the same team with how the game has been playing. Because I mean, Maria's been a faithful the whole time. Of
Agree.
course, they have like no correlation together. So that's why I'm like, Maria just I don't know, I don't get a good vibe from her right now, like, in terms of her chances of getting to the end and taking out Keanu, and maybe she does take Keanu, but I'm afraid as well that maybe people are gonna think that Maria is just throwing another traitor under the bus. Like, because she just suddenly wakes up, and that's going to make people suspicious, like, these types of things make people suspicious. You have to be consistent in your behavior.
Mhm.
So, that's what I'm worried about for her.
Well, we'll see. She finally put it on the floor, and I know we'll get there.
Yeah.
I feel like with Sam, the fact that she thinks it's Aroha and Aaron, like, is a million times like what we said earlier. Killing her is a mistake the next night or that night after. Like,
Yep.
she's not even looking at you yet, bro. Like, if she does take somebody out, she'll jump on that James train, like, for sure. But
Yeah.
I thought that was and we'll get there, but I really do not like that decision to take out Sam in that spot.
Sam
Yeah.
is really smart. She's not going to take out someone who could be a traitor angel for them. So even if she thought he was a traitor, like, she's not going to take him out right away. So,
Mhm. Yeah, and the thing, like, I think Hannah, according to like Faithful, is like good gameplay. Hannah is the star of this drop for me. She really does lock in, and like it's weird because her edit was so like not there for the first half. But I wish she had a better edit because I would like see a world where she could win as the Faithful. But because her edit was so like lackluster to start, I'm like, can it still happen? But Trader's editing is weird. Sometimes you can still have like a lackluster edit and continue to win.
yeah.
But this is where she says a comment that she's suspicious of James because he made a comment about how if Harrison's a traitor, he would have been an amazing traitor, one of the greatest she's ever seen. And she basically is like, "Bitch, we're on day 5. What do you mean he would
Right.
have been a good traitor? Like,
Oh
like,
my
What are
God.
you talking about, Willis?
like he got clocked immediately. Like if he's a traitor, he wouldn't have been good. So like, like that is a suspicious thing. And I part like in the moment, I just feel like that's how James talks. Like elevates egos, like he strokes egos when he talks to people. I didn't, but I can see why people would be suspicious of that in the moment, and that's just a good read by her.
I think again, the Harrison vote spun all of them out of control, and now they have to try to pick up the pieces and put the puzzle back together in a different way than they did the first time. And I
Mm-hmm.
really love that all the like strong women players on this cast are putting it on the floor in this drop, whether they're right or wrong. And I think the walls are closing in a different way, and it's forcing Keanu and James to both adjust and react. I think that it's like another sports analogy, right? Like if you're playing good offense, you're forcing your opponent to play harder defense. And I think this is the first time we're seeing Keanu and James on the back foot, as they would say down under a little bit. And especially Keanu, who, calls his fellow traders a liability, which, let's be real, they have been in one way or another.
Yeah.
But this is the first time he's playing defense. And the good part, the good news for him is that he recognizes that and he adjusts quickly. Now, will it be quick enough? We'll find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, it was the next slide is the challenge, and the challenge it was okay. It's like a ton of pots are there. That some got crosses, some got shields, and some are blank, and they got some that have the names of people who have already been eliminated. They take turns. They each get 2 tries. Well, 2 different rounds. If they hit a pot with a cross, they get money. I think it's $500. They hit one of the name, they lose $500. If they hit the shield, they get a shield, obviously. And if they don't, they hit the one that's nothing on it, they get nothing. This challenge was certainly a challenge that has existed this season. I don't really know what else to say. Like I wrote down who hit stuff, but like none of this matters. The stuff that
Yeah.
matters is the shields. Because
Yeah.
that this
Yeah.
so
This felt
first
like another low budget challenge, no shade.
yeah,
Like, do what
I
you got
don't
to do within your means. It just was kind of a nothing burger to me.
yeah, I don't hate this challenge, but it's just like I don't know. It's not my favorite challenge of the season, but it's okay, I guess. Like I'd rather this than like them like walk up a hill having to carry something
Yeah,
heavy.
for sure.
I did find it
Yeah.
funny watching some of them struggle at throwing.
Yeah,
I
that was
would
hilarious.
suck. I would struggle because I don't throw things. So I mean, I would aim for the shield. I don't
Yeah,
think I would aim for the money this late into the game, and I would assume that other people would just go for the money. So I would just try getting the shield. I might accidentally hit money, and that's fine too. I might hit nothing, and that's fine too.
yeah.
Um,
So
so
Maruya, she does get the first shield. You know, she did her little dance. Shout out to Mother. She's another one of the
yeah,
stars of this episode. Was dropped.
Mother.
So she gets a shield, and then later on, Aroha gets a shield, and then when the challenge ends, Keanu tells everyone he got a shield. It's like, okay, we saw the match. There was
whoa,
2 shields,
That was dope.
and this
yeah,
didn't bite him in the ass this episode in this drop. But I have a theory. Next drop, someone's gonna bring this up. Like, why did he lie about having a shield? Because like
yeah, because
the traitors love to do their flashbacks. So
Yes.
yeah, you can. I think you can also see on your on your turn like how many of the shields were knocked down. Like someone maybe they didn't even like count properly, which I would have counted. Like if I knew that I was gonna see like how many of each thing was like hit down, I would try to remember, okay, like I know the shield vase was here, the other shield one was there. I only count two. How did we get three in the end? So then that's where it would be like, okay, well, Keanu's lying. So it was definitely very risky because someone could have overanalyzed and well, to the point where they would catch him, but I guess it seems like no one really
yeah,
thought of it. So
Well, but I think the strategy here was for him to try to claim faithful even harder and say like, well, yeah, I'm a faithful. Of course, I'm going to lie about having a shield so
yeah,
that
yeah,
they don't murder me.
I think that's the play if someone does bring it up. Like if someone brings up, why do you lie about that? That you're like, I just didn't want to be murdered. I just claimed
yeah,
that so I get around to safety. I think that's all he has to do. I'm just nervous. Like Ivis says, no one brought it up in episode 6 breakfast, but we saw this like there was that one drop we talked about how no one brought up that Rachel said Brad's name, and then like 2 episodes later that comes up the reason he gets banished. So I just won't be
yeah,
shocked if this does come back up at some point. And people,
I
because
agree.
yeah,
once they get to that nighttime, they get to write in their notebooks and stuff. They could
Yep.
bring up whatever they want.
yeah,
Well, and
exactly.
we already know Maria's going to have this written down in her notes in her sock.
Well, is Maria gonna make it to the next episode? Because I feel like she's a huge
Real.
traitor target now.
Yeah,
So
or recruitment / blackmail.
true.
Yeah. And then we get to the car ride where, this is where Keanu's lying about having the shield.
Their faces.
Then up top, this is where Maria is starting to push. Like she is kind of sus of Keanu. Like she's like, this is the first time she's really like putting the feelings out there. Like, could it be Keanu? And Chloe defends Keanu. She's like, I don't think it's Keanu. We're very close. I don't expect it to be him. She's very sus about this.
Yes.
In my notes, I'm like, I don't know why she's so sus about this because they're part of the clique. So I feel like you would assume that they would defend each other.
No, see, I thought this was foreshadow. I thought that this was foreshadow because he might recruit Chloe. So if he recruits Chloe and Maria's already on that tip of these two, you can't trust them. They're close. They're a pair. If it's Keanu, who else would he recruit? He didn't recruit me. Him and Hannah don't see eye to eye. He literally said like we're having an argument at the round table, or I'm scared of you, or you don't like me, or whatever. So I think Maria's smart enough to put 1 and 1 together.
Yeah. And then once they finally get back to the castle, one of the only conversations we really get is Violet is like fully on the Chloe train. She wants Chloe gone. She goes to Roja. I think it's Maria and someone else, Hannah's here, and she's like, she's like throwing out Chloe, and they're like, we don't think it's Chloe. And I really think they should have jumped on this because I think that's the only way Roja doesn't get banished is if she goes for Chloe this vote.
Now, this is where I was like, damn, we're really bringing up anything because Hannah mentioned like the whole deathmatch thing, and then she's like looking at like Aaron and then Janaya, and I was like, okay, where is she going with this? And then she mentions how they were like the fittest people in the castle, and that could be like a reason, I guess, for Aaron to murder Janaya. I'm like,
That's
Hannah, like
yeah.
you had really good reads, and you still do, but like sometimes you just come up with anything. Like I get it, you're grasping at straws sometimes, and I'm not like criticizing Hannah. I still think she's a really smart faithful. You're gonna be wrong at some point. There's no way you have a 100% perfect track record of getting traders out, or else at that point I feel like there's something wrong, like something is rigged. So, I don't blame her too much, but it's so like, really, like that's what you have.
Like we're just saying anything.
I honestly thought that thought wasn't bad. I think if I'm in the castle and someone says that, I'd be like, that does make sense. The fit person would be okay. Killing the other fit person, but they could carry that stuff in the judge. I would think that. I'd be like, that's really smart, Dana. That's a good point. I would be so arrogant now, but I'm very much more
Yeah.
gullible. Yeah,
Somebody was asking about blackmails in the chat. Just to clarify, the reason why they do it is because you can't have a lone trader at a round table, because if they take out the lone trader, the show's over. More than the
Yeah.
game. Obviously, when we're playing for fun or we're playing online games, like, it's fine because the game ends early and you're like, cool, the faithful won. But for a show, they ordered 10 episodes. They're gonna have 10 episodes. There's gonna be a traitor in the last drop, and that's just is what it is.
yeah. I wonder
Yeah.
what they would do if someone denied the blackmail and then Keanu was like voted out. They'd be like, we're spinning a wheel, ladies and gentlemen. We're spinning a wheel.
Well, no,
Wait,
I've
it's
always
happened.
had
Has it happened?
It's
Oh, really?
happened. Somebody, I think it was Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat or whoever.
No, it's not Australia.
Are you sure? Somebody said no to a blackmail and they took the
Oh,
murder.
that's what you
Well,
mean.
someone
I
took.
thought you
I
meant
know
the
some.
wheel thing. I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
no.
someone said no to a blackmail, but the trader wasn't
Yeah.
immediately. I want someone to say no to a blackmail, and then the trader's immediately banished. And then it's just like all faithfuls. Like I don't know what production does at that point because they still got episodes they need to produce. So it's like, do they just have these
Yeah.
faithfuls? Well, I guess that kind of happened in one of the UK seasons, but
The
it was
Final
the end game.
Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, in the UK they had like the end game just be all faithfuls, and they just had them kept going. So maybe they would
Yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
Like y'all gotta keep going.
I've always had like my own idea like for years ever since Trader started because when I first thought of that I was like, well, the concept of a blackmail is like too powerful. I don't like that because you're forced then to play as a trader. But then like what if they cancel it? Like what if they don't or decline it? They die and then suddenly it's just you. So I thought to myself like what could they do? And I'm thinking like hear me out. Like this is my idea if you're the lone trader, you can choose to recruit, you might not want to. Maybe this is also a way for them to limit how many times you can recruit in a season. Maybe you can only do it once or twice. If all the traders are gone and you're down to like let's say let's just say like there's 6 or 7 or 8 faithfuls left, then you put them all into a like secret challenge. Like nobody can see each other's progress in this like challenge. And you compete to become the next trader because that also means that someone who really wants to be a trader will try and go for it. Someone like Debbie who might not want to be a trader will probably not go for it. And then that could be a reason for them to think, okay, I don't think it could be Debbie because I don't think she would go for the trader role. So that's kind of my thought of what they could do in that scenario. I don't know.
But now we're just playing Big Brother for HOH. I feel like the whole point of the
Well,
trader recruitment is that it can trace back to the trader that recruited you. Because like the person that said no to the blackmail, that left some crumbs for the other faithful. Like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself knowing I'm just gonna get chucked under the bus as a trader. I'll take the murder now, get me out of the game. And when I don't show up tomorrow morning, people are gonna know that I said no to a blackmail.
yeah, I think the only thing is that I just hate how many times you can recruit in a season. It's not a problem this season, obviously, but in seasons where like they just keep recruiting over and over again because they get voted out, that's where I'm like, okay,
Yes.
it gets to a point where now we've gotten through the whole game, like all the OG traders are gone all of a sudden. Now we have like what, like 2 random traders. Like I don't like that too much because it's just it feels like they can't do anything to figure out who the traders are. Like now they have to like think of just absolutely anything. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, at least I want the trader to be someone who like fought as a faithful to get rid of the traders. They get rewarded as a faithful by getting the opportunity to compete to become a trader. Like it's in their own hands. So maybe that's where I'm coming from. Like I just want like that fairness aspect. Um, I don't know. That was just a thought though.
I'll just say one more time. If you haven't watched Traders New Zealand season 2, to Tails' point, definitely check it out.
Oh yeah. I know you that is exactly what I was thinking about too. So
Yeah, and then the only thing that happens with the round table, the only other thing is that I guess Violet goes up to her group and is like, "Yeah, so we're doing a Roja," because she can't get any motion on the Chloe track. She's like, "No, what's really
yeah.
jumping on Chloe?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do a Roja." And she has like a convention. She's like, "Oh, I think they're both traders." It's like, I don't know if you really think that, but you're just very confident. Shout out to her though. I like Violet. Violet's just very overconfident, and I really respect
Violet's
the
a star.
confidence.
And honestly, her being loud and wrong is probably going to get her to the end at this
Yeah,
point,
I was like,
potentially.
I think she could might make it really far. Then we get to the round table, and the first thing that happens is Hannah pushes Aaron's for the deny murder, but we already talked about that a little bit. And Aaron's he has a pretty good defense where he's like, "I'm not a traitor because I'll help find evidence for Brad, and then I helped find the seal that kept everyone safe from murder." Which I guess they could push both those things on like why he's a traitor, like if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
Aaron, like we're getting to the point where at this point we know a lot about these people. Aaron's like the one person who's still purple. We're like, we still hear from Aaron every once in a
Yeah.
while, but it's like,
Right. And
I
we know he's smart. Like they keep saying he's
Yeah.
an intelligent guy and he's athletic. Like
it's like once an episode we'll get a confessional from him, and he obviously is doing stuff and he says something smart, but he's the only we don't know his relationships. We don't know like where his thoughts in the game are. Like I don't know. Like ever since he had the one thing with Sam a couple episodes ago, well, ever since then he's kind of just been in the background. I don't really know why. So
it must be the like maybe his confessionals are just hella dry and they just don't
Yeah,
feel like he's
that is what
adding
I think,
he's
yeah.
adding to the entertainment value.
especially if he's not like
No
a winner.
shade.
Like I just feel like he's probably just like a random in-game murder. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he's the last murderer of the season.
Yeah.
like that. They just didn't feel
True,
like
yeah.
He must be because I mean they just I don't know. It's weird. The editing is weird. Like they purpled Hannah just to bring her back as a superstar. It's so
Because like
weird.
Hannah was in the first drop, and then she wasn't in any drop after the first drop, and now she's
Yeah.
back as like a main character. It's like, why do y'all do this? I don't understand
Well,
what's happening.
I think because I mean that just goes to show that I feel like this happens a lot. Like I'm not too surprised that Hannah has this kind of edit. To me, it's just like a person who, they're not being shown as much at some parts of the game because they're not needed in the main storyline. Like I think for sure, Traitors New Zealand is trying to build a story around the winner. Hannah's just not a winner. She's only being shown whenever she adds on to the story, like the main story they want to focus on. So the fact that she's being highlighted now with this whole Keanu thing, like that could either mean that Keanu goes home probably in the next episode, or he does make it to the finale and like Hannah is that main obstacle for him. Same with Maria. I feel like we haven't seen Maria too much until she started sprinkling like, oh, maybe it is Keanu. Like,
Right.
so these things are what they want to show us. They don't care what else Maria and Hannah think. Maria could have maybe thought that Debbie was a traitor at some point, but they wouldn't show that because they like that doesn't matter unless Maria wins the game, and that's like part of her main winning story. So yeah, I'm not too surprised, and it is a flawed way of editing because it does make it a little too obvious who wins at that point, and it removes that like whole like, oh, who's gonna win? Like we know who's gonna probably make it to the end and win at this point. So
Yeah. And then nice thing that happens is Sam, like basically always the words like, Maria, you get a chance to push your agenda. You don't get to talk much. Like, what are you thinking? I'm like, oh, here it comes. She's gonna say Keanu. This is the big reveal.
Yeah.
And she says Aroha.
Aroha,
And I was like,
yeah.
damn it. What did
Wow.
you say? Like
it
like,
happens every time.
Stop teasing us.
yeah, because like this is like I know someone Ivan in the chat's been like, why would you root for the Traitors? I root for the Fables too. I just think because Keanu is the main character, I'm more
Yeah.
attached to Keanu because we see so much more of him compared to everyone else.
Oh,
But if Keanu gets
I'm not
nuked,
rooting for him.
yeah, you're not. I think I'm more the people because the thing is the editing, the Fables that we saw a lot of that I would root for are starting to go. So it's like, okay, now I gotta get these people who are now becoming characters, but they haven't been here the whole time, where Keanu has been the main character the whole time. It's easier to root for the Traitors in that light because like they are the person we're gonna see the most of each episode, you know.
Well, Tayl's not
Yeah.
rooting for Keanu because he doesn't like fun. So
Well,
there's
no, it's
that.
because I just think he made a really bad move.
Yeah, I was
And
rooting for
I
Sam.
want
Like Sam was my one. So
well, yeah, Sam
I
was
mean,
my
even
everyone
the
else.
best traders make like a mistake here and there. I think Keanu's is just
But
about was his
Keanu's
mistake
not
at the
just
wrong
making
time.
a mistake. He told Jill about the relationship, and then he told James about the
Well,
relationship.
yes.
This is
Yeah.
strike 2. I don't know where the strike 3 could be right now.
killing Sam, that sounds
Yeah,
like a
that's
strike.
probably
a
the
pretty-
strike 3.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
That might
That's
be
strike
like
3.
if he's managed
Bye.
next episode, that's strike 3.
I think it's just not going to be as fun of a finale if he's not there. I think if
That's-
No, I
just,
agree.
like,
I
the
think he's
people
a
that are
very
left-
fun. Yeah, he's a fun character. I think he's wonderful TV. I don't doubt that at all. I'm just, I want, I just don't agree with the moves, and I would be really bothered if he wins after all this. I mean, I
Really
guess props to him
bothered?
if. Well,
What?
It's
I
just
mean, he's made a few mistakes, but he's still been a generally very strong trader since the beginning.
I will
I
say
mean, I would rather Maria and Hannah win, but I know that's not going to happen. So
if he
That's
somehow
possible.
does survive Maria and Hannah pushing him when he should be the next targeted, I will have to go because that means he did some good work to survive.
Yeah.
Like that's impressive. So obviously, like if he's able to redo his wrongs, he's not a perfect trader. So like if he's able to like fix these flaws, I think we could have a really interesting like end game. Oh,
He's gonna have to work hard, but if he does it, then let's fucking go.
So
yeah.
shout out to Akira for the $1 dono. We're gonna have to tell
Thank
Lee and
you.
Farrell we're on the main stage. We're making the money. Y'all think Love Island makes money? Traders New Zealand is the real money maker.
Yeah, Love
over
Island
here.
is trash. Come over here where we talk about real strategy.
Yeah.
Damn, am I really a
Not just
Keanu
breaking
hater
girls'
now?
hearts.
No, I don't think you're a Keanu hater. I think you're just bad that his bad move took out your favorite, which is
I
very
get it.
understandable.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
okay. Honestly, no, call me a Keanu hater at this point
no,
because
yeah.
I said I don't want him to win. So
If you're a Sam Stan and he takes her out, you have every right to
Well,
be bitter.
yeah,
But
yep.
then they ask her like, "Why are you sus of Aroha?" She's like, "Well, Aroha never talks strategy with me." And she's like, "Well, Maria, you don't give me anything. You're very similar
Yeah,
to Brad and Jill, where you
that
just don't
part.
provide anything." And it's like,
Right.
yeah, like I honestly wouldn't be like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I can see a world where she gets banished because if she truly isn't giving anything, and we're this far in the game, it's like maybe you just are a traitor. Like I don't know.
Well, she's been moving like a traitor. It's so funny how like Maria with this whole like I'm gonna hold the Keanu thing in my back pocket, and then the whole Debbie Harrison thing. Like people are holding secrets that are also faithful, and that adds an extra layer of fun to me.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of campy. Also, somebody bring up that Violet comment
which
because
would
Of course.
one of you, I don't even remember which one because you guys both like are haters at different
where's the
times.
Violet comment? I actually don't see. Oh, this one right here.
Yeah. Yeah, one of you was saying, "Yeah, Violet, she's purple. She's Kaya after that first drop." And I kept saying, "Just wait. She's just getting ready. She's cooking." And now look at where we are. Now she's putting
Well,
on the floor talking about I graduated from Yale. I'm a geopolitical strategist. I'm a fucking genius. I'm about to
Well,
run this country
what I
and
will
the whole
say
continent
to
and
that.
every place down under. I'm gonna run New Zealand and Australia, and I'm gonna take them to the World Cup. What's up?
Well, to say to that, you just had spoilers because that first drop, she is not in this. She's not in the show for that first drop. I don't know why they hit her. That's just from production because she's became one of like the star characters. She's not like that first drop, and she's barely in the second drop. These
well,
last
girl,
two drops is when she's like
You
arrived as
just
the
didn't
character.
see the
her
vision.
name was Purple in the first half of the season. Her name is Violet now.
Ooh,
So
Okay.
you don't like a good
what's
analogy?
next? Magenta? Like I don't know.
Well, she
I
wins,
just
but
I mean, I don't hate Violet. I think she's great TV right now. It's just I don't see the hype for her like you do. But I think that's what makes this show great because there's various people you can root for. Not everyone is gonna agree on the same person. That's why I'm like, I love it. Like I love that Easy loves Violet. I love that Drake loves who did you love? You said you were going on
I was a big Dave guy. I was a
Ted
big.
See,
Dave.
you can't even remember because he always stands Akaya.
No, I think it's because like y'all stand like the people I like, so I'll be trying to be different. I did like Maria pulling that note out of that shoe. That was all
Well,
time
no,
for me.
if you agree with one of us, you should definitely team up. Like if you were Team Sam, like we could
I was
literally be a
definitely.
Yeah, he
two-person
was.
team
I
here.
think after drop one, I was Team Sam and Elliot, and now look at me.
The only like
With the air. It's like,
Wow.
if I wasn't a Keanu stan from day one, I would have been on the Sam train more. Like she's so intelligent, she's so funny, she's so campy. Like she's easily one of the most entertaining characters, and it just seems like a dope person.
yeah, I would say after last drop, I think I was fully on Team James as a character. See, I need to stop picking people because they keep going. So
It's the Drake karma. It's the
yeah,
Kaya
I
karma.
don't think I have a team no more. I think I'm just rooting for everyone equally. You know, I'm rooting for Chloe to take it.
I'm
That's
ready for New Zealand.
I'm rooting for New Zealand. I'm rooting for Tez from Survivor Australia to be like a late entrance and win the season. That's
Actually, wait, now that I think about it, like
We
I
need
would
Taz on the
be. I
Traitors,
Oh yeah, we
right?
do. Well, he literally. I mean, he still talks to Kat to this day. So maybe Kat can help him out get into that
Let's
casting
go. Wake
process
that
and get
shit
him on
up.
season 4.
Wake it
But
up.
I was gonna say like I do prefer Keanu to win over some people here. I'm still more on like I kind of hope Maria, Hannah win. I'm trying to think who else. I feel there was someone else.
Violet. Yes,
No.
Violet, exactly. Violet.
think-
Thank you,
No.
Teo. Thank you.
I think for me, Hannah would be
No, I think
kind of
it's just her.
satisfying.
Or
I
them.
think Maria, is that how you say her name? I think she'd be pretty satisfying
Oh,
if she wins.
well, yeah, I mean, I'm 50-50 on Maria versus Keanu. Like, I think it could go either way for that. I think the reason I got confused because Sam got murdered, and I was thinking of Sam the whole time as my third. But um, yeah, Maria and Hannah, but I don't think they're gonna win. So it's like if Keanu wins at that point because they get out, like, sure. I'm not like bothered by it. I said I was bothered. I'm not actually bothered by it. Like, I don't really care. So
Yeah, Maruya is getting a big edit this drop, and it leads me to believe she will be there at the end, and she's getting some
Oh.
big mother moments. Like
I was gonna say it leads me to think she's going home next.
Oh, I mean, yeah, maybe
it's one of those two, probably. That's how the
it's
traitors
one
said
or the
it.
other. It always is.
Yeah. Well, because with the blackmail, they still have to murder someone. So that's why I'm like, if they don't, they don't recruit Maruya, they might still murder her.
No, you gotta get out either Hannah or Maria. You gotta get out one of the people that's on your neck and just.
Well,
deal with
Hannah's the one having the fight with Keanu, so it's not gonna be Hannah.
Yeah, but
it's
if
probably
you don't,
Aaron.
it probably
It
is
might be
Aaron.
Aaron.
But I think the way I see it is like you have to either recruit or murder one of the two that's leading the charge against you. You can't leave both of them in because then you're really fucked. Because then you're giving them a whole nother 24 hours to build their squad and build their votes and build more evidence against you. Like he's not going to survive that. He needs Chloe and Debbie and Violet in there. Everybody else got to go.
Yeah. And then last we already talked about a little bit, but Violet reveals that she went to Yale for 4 years, and I forget the exact topics of her job, but she basically just was suspicious of people.
Geopolitical strategist spot. I'm not going to say
Geopolitical intelligence for an American.
Is Yale where Armonte went? Did Armonte get a mention on it?
I feel like they know each other, honestly. Like that's probably the homegirl. That's Armonte.
He's like, oh, that one girl from New Zealand. Yeah, that's Violet. That's V. I call her V all the time.
But she's on a warpath to avenge Harrison. And right now, she's all on Aroha. Even though earlier what she said was because of Chloe. But she's all on Aroha now. And she's like, I'm suspicious that you were suspicious of Dave. And she basically, Aroha's just like, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. Why was he doing that? But like, in my mind, I'm like, no one else was ever suspicious of Dave but you. I just feel like you gotta let this go. You gotta let the Dave stuff go. He didn't really do that much.
Yeah.
And she does make a funny comment saying, I hope that doesn't ruin your career.
Ruin your career.
I don't know. That I don't
Yo, she ate that up. I'm sorry.
I didn't write down who said this, but someone said just because you have all these impressive feats doesn't mean you could tell when a stranger is lying to your face. And I was like, hey, this is
Hannah. And you know what? We basically said the same thing on the recap last week, right? We were like, we've literally seen detectives come on this show and be completely trash at figuring out who the traitors are, right? So it's like you like throw your sure, you've accumulated some skills, but I think our consensus here is like the social skills are more important than like detective or political skills, because this is just a random group of 20-something people thrown in a castle, and the people that are bullshitting you have a lot more information and resources than you do the whole time. So
yeah.
And then we get to maybe the most important thing in this drop, other than like Keanu's game unraveling next episode. Deb starts talking about her theory of Ham, James, and Maria being in the car, and they went silent. And James's first comment was, I don't remember your comment, but I do remember the flat silence. He says, I don't think you're capable of being a traitor. Then I didn't write down the exact quote, but he said, there's a difference between deserving to be here and deserving to win. And she said, that's not a kind comment. And he says, it really hurt me to have to make it.
This was fucked up. He basically called her an idiot. He basically said, you're a dumbass and you're not good enough to be a traitor, and you kind of suck as a faithful if you are. That's basically what he said, in my opinion, because she was furious. You know what would have been hilarious to watch Harrison's reaction to this.
Yeah,
like,
I do think
somebody's fucking disrespecting your actual mother, not just a mother on the show, and straight to her face in front of everybody, and she's pissed, but she ate him up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this loses James the game. Like this,
game over. Literally,
yeah, it does. Which I mean, like, look, you shouldn't have You showed us, but like he looked at the quietest person in the room, and as soon as she spoke up, he was like, "Let me use this as an opportunity to get her, like just like throw her away." Girl, no,
It,
Debbie got her or got you back. She's not gonna let go. She's getting you out, and she did. So
I just think
good try.
another. I just feel this is
James
how.
is like the villain that we like.
Yeah,
No,
He was like
right?
like a hidden villain for like
he got
7
some.
episodes.
He became a traitor. He
Yeah.
became a really good villain. But honestly, he said all this. I don't know if it was that crazy because I feel like this is how they've been talking about Debbie behind her back this entire season.
Oh,
Like
that's
even since like the
tea.
second episode, they've been like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Debbie's
Yeah.
useless." Like I'm
I
like they've
mean,
been saying stuff like
Debbie
this.
does bring up like a very important thing. We talk about this all the time. Like
Yeah.
she is much older than a lot of people here. She's automatically then isolated for a lot of time. That's what we literally talked about that. We were like, Debbie doesn't
Yeah,
seem to be interacting with anybody.
That
And
part.
that seems to be because of her age. She's not able to relate to
yeah,
people. She's not able to get into these like groups in this fast environment that well as other people will. So she brought that I was so glad she brought that up because that is like that it feels like that is what the disconnect really is for her in this game. It's just she's unable to really connect with people that well. And I feel like now it might be a little bit easier because she knows these people better. And it does kind of feel like she has some friends like Maruya, like they seem kind of chill with her. So it's like she's starting to settle in a little better. Um, so yeah, I kinda did feel bad for her in the moment when James said that. I was also like the whole time I was just thinking, "James, what are you doing? Like, this is
yeah.
horrible. Like,
I
Keanu's
don't.
me. Like, what are you doing?"
I don't know why he said this. Like, I think there's a difference. There's also a way you say it. 'Cause I think people joke on
Yeah.
like Dolores and Ivar all the time for kind of just being there. And I
Yeah.
wonder if that's how they're viewing Debbie in the game is that she's just there and that she's gonna get dragged to the end because she gets votes around the table. So I'm assuming before this, the plan from like the Roja side of the house, like in Hannah, was to vote out Debbie. Like I think,
Yeah.
and we said,
Absolutely.
and like, even I forget which vote it was earlier in the season. They wanted to vote her out because they were scared she would just be a bad faithful. So this
Absolutely.
has definitely been like in talks for a couple votes. He just kind of he just became a dickhead for no reason and said it aloud. And like
Yeah.
there's also a way to be like, just be like Debbie, you're like I don't know how you could say it without sounding rude, but he definitely said it wrong. Like
No, he did. In
I
fact, he
think
didn't even need to, like, say it at all. You don't need to say anything about that.
it doesn't have to be personal. You can just say like, I don't necessarily trust your judgment.
yeah,
Like
it's all
because
you
Yeah,
it's
say.
super simple.
exactly. Because
But
it
this,
did
but
feel personal.
I'm glad she said it in the confessional because this is discrimination, and we've seen it across all the. I mean, these are just it's a microcosm of society, right? Whether you're in New Zealand, Canada, US, wherever, like age discrimination is a real thing, both for young people and our elders. And that was just it was just also some like male patronizing, like fucked up bullshit, you know? And I'm glad that he was remorseful. I genuinely believe, even though he played it up a little bit afterwards, which we'll get into, which is fucking crazy, but like, I don't know, I probably would have done the same thing at that point, low key.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it it definitely helps him look better, the fact that he's a traitor doing this, but in a way also not because it's like you're purposely doing this and that feels a little bit icky. But like I get it, like he's in the moment. He says he was sort of just like not thinking in the moment. He like his emotions got to him. So okay, like I guess I see it. Um
No, the only thing
yeah.
I was saying isn't a terrible move is him like fake crying or like, but I don't even
Oh
know if
yeah,
that how genuine that was.
I mean at that point it's like it's hard. It's like you already said all this, so it's like you set the system up. Now
Yeah.
anything you do
In
from now on is like ugh,
yeah.
like I don't know.
In theory, if the person like if they don't get the dagger next episode, he has still a path forward. But this is just like he was in like a really good position. Now he's just not. And even kind of talks about it. He's like, official, like, why do I keep getting liabilities? And then they said, I would hate to see the Traitors take you all the way to the end just to break your heart. I don't write down who said that to Debbie, but someone says that to her. But yeah, it's just I just don't think people are taking Debbie serious. And I just feel like James is the first person to say it out loud. Which sucks for Debbie.
Yeah.
Especially next episode, Debbie's like locks in next episode and clocks James. Like she's is good when I feel like she is like starting to get momentum and she figures something out. Because like at the end
Yeah.
of the day, she is still a smart individual. I also think with Harrison not being there no more, she's more like locked in the game. I think she's not holding that
Yeah.
burden of, oh, I gotta keep this secret about my son, which I don't even know if she really had to keep a secret. So
I mean, she's a fucking professor. That's why I'm like,
yeah,
this is just discrimination. Part of it. Like she can be a bad faithful and also be discriminated against.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then they get to the votes, and Aroha is banished. Unfortunately, she is gone. And she gets up there, talks to her about how she's a faithful. She also makes a comment about how she had the shield, and I just wrote that down just in case it comes back to bite Keanu that she let them know that she has the shield. No one's brought it up yet, but
Mhm.
she has the
Oh
shield.
my god, wait. You know who, to answer your question, Drake, the person who said that they would hate the traitors to take her to the end to break her heart, that was Maruya in her
That was
vote.
Maruya.
I wasn't.
Yeah, she's the one who said that, and I wrote the question mark. I'm like, why? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, why do you care? Like, I mean, you care on a personal level, that's great, but don't you want to like avenge Debbie in a way by like maybe vote James? I don't know. Like, yeah, sure, James isn't gonna go, but why vote Debbie? Like, that just seemed really weird to
I
me.
was also thinking, Maruya, you got to worry about yourself, homegirl. Like you could be the person
Yeah,
Yeah,
taken to the end and cut. You could be the
yeah.
Maura Higgins at the end. It's very possible.
Unless Debbie asked for them to vote her out, but they didn't show that. Because I mean, that's also possible. She did tell the traitors out loud, "Please murder me at this point. Like,
yeah,
I'm sick of being here." So maybe she did tell them, like, vote me out, like, banish me, and then maybe that was why Maruya decided to vote for Debbie. I don't know.
See,
That's just the
I
theory.
actually think this was the right move for the faithful. I think that the Aroha thing wasn't
Oh
going
yeah,
away.
Rohan.
They
Yeah.
yeah,
wasn't going away. They just even if she was at the end, they wouldn't trust her fully. Like so, might as well banish her now. Take that piece off the board. Now you have more information. Let's go.
Yep.
yeah. And then after the roundtable, Hannah's very upset. She's mad at Maria specifically, talking about how
Yeah.
like you jumped on the click again, like you now she's gone, like this good person is gone because of you. It's like this, like why would you do this? And Maria's talking about she had one mission and it was to split up the click, and she didn't do it. Not only did she not split it up, she jumped in on it, and they're very mad at the click, and I get why they are. But also, Violet was like openly trying to break up the click, and you didn't jump on it. But that's not the
Right.
point. You guys are mad that they
That
didn't break
part.
up the click because Violet is ready to get Chloe out. I wrote down. I said I feel like this helps Keanu's game a lot because he's getting closer to Debbie, and as we get closer to like the Keanu versus Hannah war, Debbie's going to be a very important piece if Keanu even has a chance to stay.
Yeah, because he's consoling her, right? When she's pissed,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's his face? James tries to walk up to her, and she's like, "Not right now. I don't. Yeah,
I got
I
it
don't
right
want to
there.
talk to you.
Debbie,
Yeah,
let's
get the
talk.
fuck out of my face.
No.
Get the
No.
fuck out of my face. How
Where
dare
she
you
said
disrespect me?"
that?
But yeah, then you see Keanu like, "Oh, let me hug you. Like, I'm so sorry, Debbie. I'm here for you." That could have been foreshadowing
Mhm.
too.
Yeah. And then they go outside, and Maria's like tells the clique she doesn't trust him, and Aaron's just in there now. I don't know if Aaron's part of the clique or if he's just sitting up there, but Aaron's just part of the
Just
clique.
chilling.
I was like, why? We never hear from him. He's just in places sometimes. But she says she doesn't trust him, and all she learned was that she could be manipulated. And Violet, as the campy villain she is, says, doesn't feel bad. You have to accept as a faithful, you're gonna be wrong a lot, which is real. Like I think if you're
Yeah.
gonna be a faithful, you have to accept the fact
Yeah, I
that you're
agree.
just gonna be
Yeah.
wrong.
Because somebody else was making comments about Violet being like unbothered, right? Like
Yeah.
she's not afraid to be wrong, and I actually really like this conversation. I feel like it's a very important one for Faithful to have, and even to talk about as a show and a franchise. Is like you are going to be wrong most of the time. Like you're not going to get in one season out of like 15 that I've watched where you're going to get a traitor like more than you're going to get a faithful at. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to be okay with losing and using that as motivation for the next round. Now, are people going to have emotional responses? Of course. Is there going to be a little bit of acting? Of course. But I do like that Violet is putting it on the floor in that way because she's been consistent from the beginning. She's not
Mhm.
afraid to be loud and wrong, and that's consistent with her personality. If she switched up and started crying all of a sudden, people would be more sus. So I think it works for her.
Yeah. And then also this one, Maria finally is pushing Keanu. She's like, I think it's Keanu. He's
Let's
like a
go.
pastor. He's like a pastor at a church. He says nothing. Everyone believes him. He's very
Yeah.
charismatic. And Violet, I think it's Violet says, I don't want to believe that his reaction to Harrison was fake. I want to believe that's a genuine reaction.
Yes.
And like, well, wouldn't he be more emotional if he's the reason that Harrison went? and it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
she kind of got you clocked. Like, I don't know what to say. She has you there because that is why you were more emotional. But
and we've been waiting for like 4 episodes for Maria to finally put it on the floor, and she's like, "Fuck it, I can't wait any longer," and it makes the Sam murder like
yeah,
even more problematic. But we love it. Now it's a race to the end. Now the cards are on the table. Now everybody knows where she stands. It makes her look more faithful. To your all point earlier, we'll see if they actually
Yeah.
do get Keanu. Will that make Maria look sus? We'll see.
yeah. And then Debbie and Maria have a talk, and Debbie says she's okay with making it to the end and losing. She's like, "No, you don't gotta be sad if I get my heart broken at the end. That's okay. I'm proud of the game I played if I make it to the end." James is crying. He says, "I think he is playing up a little bit, but I also think he's mad. I think he's mad for one that he said that to Debbie, which was just rude. I also think he's mad that I think he knows his game has just blown up, and he was playing a good game. I think he's mad about both those things." But he is playing. He says he wants to remind people that he is Mr. Sensitive, that he's like the nice guy in the camp. Because this is like from what we've seen, what they've talked about, he is just like the nice like dad or uncle figure in the campus. Well, not the campus, the tower, the castle. You know what it is.
Oh yeah, that's why
Campus now.
it's strange when he does this to Debbie at the round table because it's like you were acting like the nice guy around camp, but then you turn into the villain all of a sudden. Like now everyone is shocked at what you were saying. Like everyone's faces were shown when he said that, and they were all like, "What?" Like what? Some of them are like, it was just like an awkward moment for them. So that's why, like, yeah, and I mean, Maruya caught on. She's catching on now. Like James voting for Aroha, despite the fact that he um was grilling Debbie so much, like to
Right.
her that seemed like okay, he wants to vote out Debbie because she's a useless faithful, but um then he's like okay with voting Aroha, and then his excuse the next episode was like he felt guilty, but I don't know, that felt like a very odd excuse. Like it didn't really feel like a genuine excuse.
Yeah.
So
And then they head to the conclave and they're just talking about who they're gonna murder. They immediately say we're not recruiting anybody. Why would we do that? Keanu pushes
Yeah.
Sam and it tells him that he knows Sam. 2 things he should not be doing.
Ah!
Why are you doing either
Ah!
of these things?
What the fuck?
And I was
Teo tried to tell you, bro, last week. You're not listening. You're not watching us.
Keanu, I told you and you were not listening.
because I was
And
like,
now look where we are. Now you're gonna lose the game.
because I was like, oh, he's telling them about Sam. That's gonna bite him in the ass, but at least he won't murder her. Well, fucking murders her, dude. Wow, I get. I think his rationale was that she's a smart player, and that's gonna be very dangerous in the end game. That is correct.
Maria is also smart.
They're all smart. Maybe
Yeah,
most of them are smart.
Hannah is also smart.
The other person they bring up is Hannah because Keanu says he is scared to go against her at round table.
Duh.
Look at the preview for next episode. He should have killed Hannah.
Murdered. Yes.
He should have done Hannah.
Yeah.
Why did he
I
not
would
do
have.
Hannah?
I would have taken her out like episode 3.
Yeah,
If I was in that spot.
Well, yeah, if I didn't even know that Keanu and Hannah had like this like strange relationship. Like apparently he thinks Hannah doesn't like him and that he's like she's very angry at him. I was like, where did this come from? Like if I
Yeah.
knew this before, I would have for sure
Should've
like
been
Hannah,
gone.
you're going home. Like she didn't go home in the car team. Well, you're going home next. But no, like we're taking out Sam, the one
And-
person who might actually vote with you.
Right.
And the other person that he brings up here is Violet. Sam and Violet should be the 2 safest people. Why were either of them options to be
Yeah.
murdered tonight?
Because he does trust Violet too, and it's like, what?
I
It's
get
like-
that you're in a tough spot, okay? Because it's like if you keep all your homies, then the homies turn around and they're like, why the fuck are we still here? There's one common denominator. You. We're all cool with you, Keanu. It has to be you. But on the other
Yeah.
side, it's like Hannah's on his neck. So if he takes her out, that also makes him look bad. I just feel like he should have taken out Hannah earlier so that
Yeah.
you take that threat out, keep your friends
Yeah.
as far as you can, and maybe have like one close friend and like 1 or 2 Kaya
Ooh,
faithful.
Well,
you know what it
I mean,
is.
that's generally been the winning recipe for
I
Traitors,
think
right?
Yeah.
this is the perfect spot to get rid of Hannah because this is like before she fully starts to push him.
Yes.
Like this was
Yeah.
like his because now if he does it, like if we get to the blackmail episode, say
Yeah.
he recruits someone like Chloe and then he kills Hannah, everyone's like, well, Hannah was pushing you.
Yeah.
And like there's a way to work around it, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna be very suspect of you. This was like the last opportunity to kill Hannah with no suspicion going back to Keanu.
And the
And
problem is if he recruits Chloe, then he has to chuck her under to save himself, and then he loses another ally.
yeah.
So it
So
almost
Yeah.
leads me to believe he has to recruit Maria because, like, logically that makes sense.
I didn't even like I guess I wasn't thinking about this, but like I guess Keanu just didn't really know that he had so much heat on him. He probably felt like
Yeah.
nobody was looking at him to the point where he's like, okay, well, I can actually send Sam home now and I'll be fine no matter what. And I mean, people won't suspect me because another person in the clique is gone, that sort of thing. So maybe that's where his mindset is at, which is like, I get it. That just means that you weren't able to clock that there are people actually looking. You have to like consider that people are looking at you at the whole
Right.
time. Anybody who you feel like are angry at you might
yeah.
target you in the future. So that's why you kill Hannah in this situation because she didn't die yet. So
Yeah. And also,
yeah,
if
it's
he does have to do someone from the clique, I guess I think it sounds like him and Chloe are like much closer than him and Violet. I think you do Violet because you know Sam in real life and you seem to be much closer to Chloe. If you had to sacrifice someone from the clique, I guess you just do Violet at that point. But it's like
No,
I
Drake.
don't think you should sacrifice anyone.
Yes, thank you.
Like
Exactly.
if
yeah.
that's really his thinking process, like I have to sacrifice someone from the clique.
Keep the whole clique
Yeah,
together.
you
Fuck
chose
it.
the wrong
But
person on the
yeah,
clique, but also shouldn't do the clique. It's like why? It's like when you put a pawn up on Big Brother that you're working with. You don't put an ally as a pawn. You put someone you don't talk to as a pawn. Like,
oh
And
god.
that's why Vince sucks.
so yeah. But then we start heading to breakfast, and Maria's pushing Chloe. And this is like Chloe is still suspect on her, but this time it's not from Violet. Talking about how one of the challenges, like the button challenge, she was okay not getting the shield, and they still think someone from the clique is a traitor. And then Debbie comes in, and Debbie's all in on James. She's like, it's James. The way he reacted to his first time ever getting heat on him was suspicious, and he just couldn't react to his name finally being out there. And Keanu says, I'm not going to put my neck out on the line for James. Like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, if James gets named, he's not going to push James, but if James is going, James is going. And I think that's the best way to play as a traitor when another
Yeah.
traitor is suspicious.
I almost feel like he overcalculated because James fucked up his whole game the night before. And I almost feel like Keanu got a little overconfident, like overthinking it a little bit. Like, let me take out my close ally before she catches on the whole why am I still here thing. While the other traitor has heat, because at this point he's seen Bradley go, right? He's seen Jill go. Now he knows James becomes a shield for him because so many people are looking at James before him now. So I get the thinking. It was just a miscalculation.
Yeah. And then Maria talks about how Keanu just oozes of charisma. She's still all sus on him. I wrote down, does no one remember Keanu hinted he had a shield? Because I just don't think they do.
It was never mentioned.
Yeah. And then Sam is officially murdered. Mother down. This is
Further down.
it's such
When
like
Hannah walked through that door,
I was
I
gagged.
couldn't
Yeah.
believe
I
it.
was gagged.
she had been the star faithful up to this point. Like, it's very surprising that she's
Yeah.
murdered just randomly, like in the middle of the season. It's like, oh, that's shocking. And
Yeah.
Keanu feels bad, but says Sam was smart. And Chloe's also pretty devastated because Sam would have been her main defender out of anyone in the castle. What her name's coming up. So yeah, he just
Ooh, if he recruits Chloe, that's another big mistake because Chloe's gonna
Huge
remember
mistake.
this. She's gonna be like, if you're taking out Sam, who's not only my close ally, but I mean, you're in the clique, I should be scared too. Like Chloe's gonna
Mhm.
think about that. So he cannot recruit Chloe at this point.
Well,
I would consider her a pretty like she's kind of all over the place as a faithful. I
yeah.
don't really know where her head is at a lot of the time. So that's why I'm like, she could very easily just think, okay, well, Keanu has to go because he sent Sam home. Like she was my number one defender in the castle. Which I mean, I would also raise an eyebrow, like if I was recruited just after my friend went home. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
She's also gonna know that he voted out fellow traitors. Like whoever
True.
he recruits is gonna
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that he
and
voted out
not
fellow traitors.
only did he vote out fellow traitors, he was one of the main ones leading Brad to go home.
Period.
So
That's why another reason why Maria needs to be recruited, because she's already after him. Like, you're fine just doing that, because no one's
yeah,
gonna think about that there's no correlation between you two. So
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Not much happens before the challenge. Maria and Hannah are worried and wondering why they're still alive, and they don't want to be someone just dragged to the end that like loses the game as a faithful. And it's weird because like neither of them have like a traitor angel. They're like, why am I still here? It's like, Hannah, you should have been murdered. Like,
I
you
mean,
should.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Do you
it's a
think
good
it's
question to
the
be
death
asking.
match thing? Like keep Chloe and Hannah in because they were both in death match. Like maybe he's overestimating people sus on deathmatch people.
Maybe,
I don't know.
but
I just think Hannah's that smart that she clocked that she was supposed to be the one murdered. She was like,
actually,
"Well, hold on, like what? This doesn't
he
make any
murdered
sense."
Sam, who was also in the death match. So he could have just done Hannah. If you're gonna kill someone from the death
Yeah.
match, that's like
Ugh.
I don't know. And then Violet's pushing Chloe still. That's every time you see Violet, just assume she is pushing Chloe. Okay. Just if you see a screenshot of Violet, you know what she's doing.
That is the most surprising thing for me this season. Like, just like Violet going after Chloe the whole time. Like, I never assumed that would happen. Like, when I saw they were in the clique, I was like, oh, Chloe and Violet are gonna be besties. They might get split up at some point. But then I was like, okay, wait, s- Violet really wants Chloe out this whole time. Like, episode after episode, I'm like, okay, this came out of
Yeah.
nowhere,
If
and we're still going.
this season doesn't end with Violet voting out Chloe, I'll be very disappointed. This is long term
Yeah.
storytelling. Okay. She has to be the reason
Oh, if
Chloe's
it's the
dead.
three of them, if it's like Keanu, Violet, and Chloe,
That'll be
Well,
funny.
that's got me.
that would be funny.
Well, and then Maria talks to James. She's like, so why did you do all this to Debbie and then not vote her? I don't understand. He's
Right.
like, I just feel guilt. And James has a confessional. He's like, I wonder if Keanu is loyal to me. And this is where he starts to
There we
drop the
go.
seeds in case Keanu comes for
Yeah.
him. He's like, Keanu knew Sam. He's lying, saying Sam told him about this. And I just, this at the end of the day, Keanu doesn't come for him, so he never needed to bring this up at a roundtable. But now that those seeds are out there, this is going to come back. Like, there's no, I refuse to believe this is not going to
Yes.
come back. Because say next roundtable, James has been banished. Keanu, James knew this. He's saying Sam told us. How do we know you didn't tell him in the turret? It's like that's a simple
Yeah,
conclusion
that's
to come
That
to.
part.
not thinking ahead in that way. Like, it could literally, like, people are gonna start thinking, where did this come from? Yes, it's gonna link back to you, but this goes back to Keanu's decision to recruit James. That's where I feel like I remember I said, why did you recruit James if you think he's going to be a good traitor? Because, like, again, you don't want a good traitor with you all the way at the end. They're going to try and cut you, and that's exactly what James did. You have to analyze, who do you think might have the least chance to go after you and is still a smart recruitment decision? I don't remember who we said would have been a better decision at the time. It was long ago now, but it definitely wasn't James. I remember I was thinking James is the wrong move. So now it's coming to bite Keanu's ass, and
Yeah, I
I
think
called it.
James made sense for like
Mm,
short term where he wanted someone he could actually work with and strategize with,
yeah.
and they were good together. But I think the moment that there's any type of fraction in James's game, he's not scared to throw Keanu under the bus. Like
Well,
he
yeah,
is
that's
ready to do what he
why.
has to do.
But Keanu kept saying these other traders are liabilities. I think he wanted a strong teammate. I think he
Yeah,
kept talking about he wants to feel like he's a part of a team. He wants the camaraderie, right? Like he's a very social person. So to be holding all that weight by yourself, you want to share it with someone you can actually trust, which is why he calls James a third liability essentially, and he's frustrated and pissed off. I don't even think he's going to be that surprised at this point that James was talking behind his back.
yeah. From like what we've seen so far, especially like with Jill, he didn't want to turn on Jill. I think he's down to be loyal to his fellow traders and go to the end game with. And I think Jill's like the only trader that probably would have been loyal back. Where I think if they get to the end game, I think James would have probably done this move at like Final Four if he had
Yeah.
to. Like he was always
I don't know.
prepared.
I just, I just don't really get, like, because again, like, his whole thing was, I want a trader who's going to be a good partner. I think there's many ways of having a good partner. One of them is not, in my opinion, oh, they need to be a very strong trader, because if you have a very strong one, again, they're gonna try and take you out at some point. Like,
Yeah.
they're they're not gonna care. So that's why what I'm saying. I'm just thinking like I kind of saw this coming. Like James was going to turn on him at some point, because that's just how the game is. Like these two are very dominant players in the game. They're like their end game is to be the sole traitor. That's why James now sees the opportunity with him being under fire to go after another traitor and try to make himself look better. So this is again still not good for Keanu because now people are going to think, okay, well, why did James say this about Keanu that he knows who Sam is?
No, I'm still defending the James move. I think that
Really?
it was the right move at the time. I think it was calculated. He even said like James is like the quiet. He also knew that James would allow Keanu to run shit. Um, he saw how they could work together well. I don't think I think not like he couldn't anticipate the Debbie thing. Like James is good because he's
Well,
strategic, he's well
yeah.
liked, he's gonna let Keanu take the floor, he's gonna let Keanu dictate and make moves, and Keanu has a better social game. So Keanu's probably thinking if he does try to turn against me, I'll just have the numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
don't.
Debbie thing I'm not considering. Like the Debbie thing is a separate thing for me. It's just because yeah, he can't predict that, whatever. I just don't like if the Debbie thing didn't happen, I still think James would try to go after Keanu because there's going to be a point where he wants to turn on Keanu, and Keanu could go home. Like I just don't think his logic for recruiting James just made that much sense to me. I don't know. It's just his reasoning just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, we move on to the challenge. I actually thought this was a pretty fun challenge. It was better than most challenges.
Yeah, that was cool.
They
Yeah.
they get down. It's feast time. Cheers. We're gonna have a good time. But stop chewing at once is what she says. This challenge is for the dagger. The winner of this challenge will get a dagger. Let's get 2 votes at the round table tonight. And those 2 votes will be very, very important. It was basically whoever gets this
Yeah.
dagger decides who leaves tonight. It was that close of a vote. So
It's crazy like how much of an impact this twist actually has in most seasons. Like I feel like more times it actually does have an impact, which like I just did not expect. Like whenever they would do it in the earlier seasons, I'm like, this is just an extra vote like on Survivor. Like this does nothing for you. But no, it actually does have an impact. And I think it's great. It's actually great that they're using it in the end game. And it's not it's kind of like earned in a way, like who has like the best social stance in the game. And I mean it is in the end Maruya and I guess Aaron, but
I guess.
No, I still like what the UK did that they had the Traitors give the dagger to someone because that's another cat and mouse
oh
bluff,
yeah,
double
yeah.
bluff situation. So I think the challenge is cute. I think it's campy. I think they should do more stuff like this in the actual manner or whatever, where they're like already like we don't need to go run up a hill like we keep saying over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think that this should have been for shields. Because I think
Okay,
the
yeah.
shield would have been more interesting because people would have said I want it, and there would have been more gameplay. Like, am I going to be honest and say this is the least trustworthy person or whatever because I actually believe that, or am I just going to say that because I want somebody else to have the shield? Like, that's more interesting to me. The
Oh,
dagger
maybe they
part.
didn't. Maybe they
Is
didn't because they need a murderer.
What do you mean?
yeah.
There was no shields, right, in this challenge. They need a murder. They
Yeah,
can't have another non-murderer.
I think the producers want murders because they want the season to end with 10
Yeah.
episodes.
Right.
Because they already had the one episode of
Yeah.
no murders.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just
Well,
saying,
I guess I didn't
regardless,
count
I
that.
don't like the daggers being
Yeah. No,
attached to it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the shield would have been better.
My heart dropped when they brought out the dagger because for a second I thought it was the seer power where you got to save someone else.
oh
And I was like, no.
yeah.
And then I
No,
remember what the dagger
never.
was. And I was like, okay, thank you. I just remembered, I
Fuck,
forgot that
that,
the dagger was an extra vote.
Girl,
My
I
heart
forgot about the seer twist. I
not the
want to forget
seer.
it. I don't
Keep
know
that out.
I was so scared. Basically, what this challenge is they randomly tap you on your shoulder, and then they'll ask a question, and you have to single out and point at whoever your answer is. You put your blindfolds on. Everyone takes the blindfolds off, then, and the singled out player will get gooped, and they have to decide who they thought made that statement about them. For example, for the first question, Maria asks, "Which player do you think is underestimated?" She points at Keanu, and Keanu is gooped, as we can see, because these shows love to goop
Then the
people.
way he reacted to it was hilarious and campy. He's like,
That was because he's the first
No, they're
person
all
to get it.
good
He was
at
probably
Yeah.
actually shocked. He's like, "What the fuck? What is this?"
that shit looked cold and weird.
And Keanu, like, he clocked it was Maruya, but I don't like this aspect where, like, he goes no matter what. I think if you
Yeah,
actually guess who it is, like, you should continue to play in the game. Like,
Yeah, you
that
should
I
take
do
out the
agree.
person
fucked up.
the person that you clocked should be eliminated.
I
Yeah, because
agree.
like, at that point, it's like Maruya doesn't care, or like, who was the one who picked? Was it Debbie who picked James, or was it James who picked Debbie?
Debbie picked
That'd be
James.
Big James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like she could just pick him and she doesn't have to worry about it. Like it doesn't matter to her.
Yeah, because I think and that makes it much better because now Maria is in the final two, all because she was picked first. Like, and Keanu's now gone. I think you should be rewarded for guessing correct. Like, yes, you get the money, but you should also be able to stay in the game. And if you just get gooped more, you get gooped more. You know, you're gonna have to deal with that. You know. So I wrote down all of the things that people said. Not all of them are interesting. What I'm trying to think which ones actually were relevant. James is asked which player is secretly running the game, and
Yep.
he picks James. I mean, he picks Hannah, and this because he
Yeah.
doesn't want Hannah to get the dagger. And this does cause a little bit of tension. Like when we get back to the castle, Hannah's like wondering who did this.
Yeah.
Pretty easily clocks as James, which is like, yeah, I mean he
Well, everyone
is.
else said no, and James was like, "Yeah, it was me. Sorry."
I mean, in the end,
You
he
kind of
did.
have to admit it, right? Because they're gonna
Yeah,
figure it out with
yeah.
deduction.
Like I always said, Debbie picks James. James guesses is correct. Which player is easiest to manipulate? And Chloe picks Debbie, but just they're stop bullying this poor woman. Okay,
Right. Leave Debbie the fuck alone.
Yeah. So it ends up being Maria and Aaron as our final two, and they end up having to decide. They get the dagger, and it's like a classic Mr. Beast episode. You know, you got the thing you gotta say, is it in here or is it not?
Mr. Beast.
This is this is his forte. He loves to do this.
Yeah.
And
Maruya ate, honestly, with her
yeah,
acting. Like there was nothing there. She was like switch. I thought
well,
she.
she said she didn't want the dagger, and
Right.
she says you should keep yours, and his had the dagger in it, and then
Oh wait,
he
did she say keep? Oh, I thought she
yeah
said switch.
She
Oh
said
shit.
keep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, never mind.
she talked about she's played poker since 2007, and she gives the poker face of a lifetime because she's just looking at him. He's like, "You should
Yeah,
keep
she's
it."
like,
I have the
Yeah, I
exact
mean, you
quote.
don't want the target on your back, so
I had
get
forgot
that.
that she played poker. That's pretty
Yeah,
dope.
I think you should keep yours. And he swaps it, and she wins the dagger. It's
Well,
pretty
yeah, we
simple.
never really understand why Aaron swapped it. Like, did he not want it too? Maybe
Well,
he thought.
that's because they
No,
don't.
he said he wanted it. She just played him.
Oh,
Well, that's because they
I
don't
think
give Aaron
well,
confessionals.
damn.
I think the natural instinct is to do the opposite of what the person's saying, assuming right. So it's like either a bluff or a double bluff. That's basically what you're guessing between at that point.
Mm.
We did see a poker player in $1 Million Secret that ended up being important. Check those recaps out if you haven't
Oh,
already.
I forgot who the poker player was.
Hunter.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, but after the challenge, they get in the car, and Hannah just straight up tells Keanu and Violet's like, "Yeah, I think it's you two. I think at least one of you's the traitor." And they just laugh this off, and I think this makes her more suspicious.
Yes.
But I think for every other person, they'd be like, "Oh, this is just how Keanu is." But I think Hannah's like, "No, this Keanu's traitor. Like he definitely is."
Well,
This is very Alan Carr coded. For folks that have seen Traitors UK Celebrity. It's just disarming. It's if we make a joke out of everything, then you're not really sure what to do, whether I'm serious or not. But if I'm funny and I'm making you laugh, then you might just forget about this. But Hannah's not one to play with, which is cool. Like I think she's a very strong social player because we see her chuckling along with Keanu. It's not like she's just making a stink face and like crossing her arms. We see like even back at the manor after this, like she's playing into it, she's feeding into it, and she's like, this guy's charismatic, he's funny, I still don't trust him. But I just think this whole relationship is campy and fun, and I think next episode it's gonna tell us who's gonna win this battle.
yeah, they're both very competitive. Like you can tell, like Hannah really wants this. Keanu really wants this. Like,
I love
that's
it.
why I love it. Yeah.
And then when they get back there, Maria tells everyone she had the dagger. I kind of wish we kept this a secret, but I guess there's not what you could do when we all know it comes down to her and Aaron. And I guess you kind of do have to just be open about it.
Yeah.
So I just think it's funner when you get to keep secret. Like a dagger as a secret, and that being like the deciding vote is her with the dagger. That would have been so fun, but like it's hard to. If you were Aaron, we all know who it is.
Yeah.
And then Hannah's on a mission to find out who said that she was secretly running the game. James is honest with her. Not only is he honest with her, he lets her know that Keanu knew Sam. is the second person he's now told about this. And he told Keanu's biggest op in the game. He is told. Also, interesting like thing about this drop is Hannah is kind of taking Maria's place as like the anti-Keanu like spokesperson, where it seems
Yeah.
like she's been thinking this for a
Yeah.
while, but Maria was getting the spotlight, not her. Now they're just giving it back to her. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, because Maria, again, like she didn't know how to tell other people. She just wanted to wait and wait and wait. Hannah's kind of taking this opportunity now to stop waiting and actually take action, and that helps Maria feel like she can also jump onto that. But maybe it's a little too late. I don't know. We'll have
No,
to see
early
next week, but
on, the like, what was it? The Janaya kill. It was like the first or second night. That
Mhm.
should have been Hannah because
yeah,
Keanu
Mm.
saw Hannah coming and probably didn't want to look more sus by her getting murdered. But now he's trapped. Now there's nowhere to go. It's too late. Whereas Maria, we understand she's been holding that in her back pocket. She's playing her own type of traitor like game by hiding her suspicions for so long. So I don't really blame
Yeah.
her for that one.
yeah. And
I was
Tim asked him
shocked
the
how unshocked they were when like when he revealed that Keanu and Sam knew each other. It just felt like they were not that shocked. Like they were like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Yeah, yes. Do you think Sam might have told people in the click too? I feel like they would have showed us that because, like, I'm
Yeah.
assuming this will be becoming important next drop. There's always
Yeah.
the chance, like, what if Chloe and Var like we've known the whole time? It's like, oh, okay, well maybe this isn't as big as a deal as we thought. But you would just assume that they would. You would just assume they would show that information
It doesn't
happening.
seem like the kind of thing
Yeah.
they would hide from us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they usually hide stuff like Trader Angels, like strategy when people talk about that. But even they
Yeah.
showed that this season with Violet. So I don't know. I would just think they would talk about it.
Mm.
But not much happens before we get to the round table. But I wrote down my notes like Keanu's gonna get heat. This is the first round table where Keanu gets like actual heat. Can he defend himself? And
The good news is he knew it was coming.
yeah.
And I think when you're a trader getting caught off guard, which we've seen a lot in the past too, is way more stressful. Your mind, like it feels like things are moving, 10 times faster than they really are when you're caught off guard. When you're ready, it's like you have the time and space to like get in the zone, to get your notes together. Like it's almost like you're preparing for battle. But when the battle just pops up at you out of nowhere, boop, uh-oh.
Yeah. And Maria opens up the round table saying she feels the pressure with the dagger that she needs to get a trigger out the night. And I don't know if I misheard her, if I misunderstand her, but she says she is proud herself about never voting the faithful out. But then I put up the voting chart and she has never voted for a traitor. So I do.
No, I think what she meant was like I don't know if you have the voting chart with you right now, but did she ever vote in the majority against a faithful? I
Yeah,
think that's
she
what she
said
meant.
she said she was proud of not voting out a faithful with a group. I think she's throwing
Yeah.
shade at the little clique, the little alliance.
That
Mhm.
makes sense. Because I think the one person that she voted out, Kate, but everyone voted Kate. So, but like that's
Okay, yeah, that's probably what she meant then.
Well,
Like
because
that
that's
makes more
the thing.
sense.
yeah, right. Because Maruya is also the one that keeps saying one of the people in that clique is a traitor.
Yes,
Mhm.
that would make sense. Yeah, she wants a trader out, and she opens up saying she's suspicious of James, how he did all that about Debbie last time, and then didn't vote for her. And she acknowledges that he said it was about guilt, but she kind of just doesn't believe him. She's kind of
Clocked
just
his
like,
shit.
Yeah.
They clocked it. They clocked his shit.
Yeah.
It
And then Debbie talks about how just James sparked because he lost control for the first time and he was getting heat. And I was like, damn, that's two people back to back who have clocked James. Yeah, this is Keanu gets a moment to speak. And I thought he was going to jump on the James train. I was like, this will be the end of Keanu. He's going to jump on the
Yeah.
James train. And James has all this evidence built up. And he pushes Hannah instead. And he talks about this later, how he directly made sure he pushed Hannah first. How do we feel about like, is this good gameplay? Is
no, I like what he did because
I do, yeah.
because one, if he jumps on James, that makes him even look even
Yes.
more sus because it's like, oh, clearly you're just chucking another traitor in front of you.
Mhm.
And with Hannah, he didn't jump on her; he asked her a question.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart because that's more faithful coded, right? It's like
Yeah.
me and you might both be faithful, but we're clashing right now. Let's figure out what's going on between us. And he kind of let her do the talking and put it on the floor while still controlling when it happened. So I think he was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm ready for battle. Let me open battle, but you take the first shot. I think it's
Yeah.
smart.
I think this episode had a lot of bad Keanu plays. This is a really good one in my opinion, because now when like there's obviously this war between him and Hannah is going to brew, it doesn't look like he's just defending himself. It's looking like he started the war by addressing this conversation with Hannah. He specifically says, "I feel like you're angry at me," and she brings up the fact that Brad brought up his name. It's like, Brad, you're still being talked about all these weeks later. What have you done? But yeah, and I think this is just an interesting way to go. Then Maria jumps on and says, "My gut says it's you, Keanu. There's a smart player leading these traders, and it could be you." And like right when it feels like the momentum is gaining on Keanu, Violet says,
Chloe.
"Have we thought of Chloe? Have we thought about this?"
It's Chloe.
It's someone in the card
Chloe.
game. It has to be someone in the card game. And Chloe is like, "That would have been dumb for me to put myself in the card game. It also would have been dumb to kill Sam." And then the roundtable was over. I don't know why this is so short. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was really
They
short.
gotta
Someone
stop.
mentioned
They
that
gotta
too.
stop doing that, y'all. We need to see more roundtable.
We need live feeds of the roundtables like we do.
Because this is probably the most like important roundtable of the game so far.
Yes.
But I would assume this has to be one of the best roundtables because it's such a close vote, and so many people are pushing their agendas. It's 2 traders getting votes,
and a fucking dagger in play.
Yeah. This should have been half the episode. Like, why would we do it? The talks at the place could have been cut. All we really gotta see is James just telling people this heat up that Keanu Sam. The challenge could have been cut in half for all I care.
Literally.
Like, you need to know which roundtables need a lot of screen time, and this is one that needed a lot of screen time. Because, like, why did it end so? Is there a timer going on? Because it's like, what are we doing?
Well, also, this is one of the shorter episodes. Usually, it's like 59 minutes. This one's always like 50, so it's even shorter when you look at the numbers. So, I almost think I know we're so anti cliffhangers, but if they couldn't fit everything, like maybe either you ended on a cliffhanger, which I'm against.
No, Teo,
or just for more time, or you just cut out more of the challenge. But it's like they made that such a big deal. I don't know. Yeah.
The US does get this right because they know what we came for. They know for US traders, we're gonna throw superstars from reality TV. We're gonna throw random Kaya celebrities and Drag Race All Stars. And we know that what you all came for. You're paying for this subscription to have no ads, so you can see these motherfuckers eat each other up. And these are not celebrities, but we want to see them eat each other up in New Zealand too. Like this is like the most exciting episode so far.
Do you guys like the US roundtables more or the UK, or is there like another place? Because I feel like I like the UK roundtables more.
I like the US roundtable. That's like the one thing I think the US does the best. I'm like, I want the camp and drama, and what Peacock does a good job of is building towards some shit and then dropping some dramatic ass track and Alan's voice. It just, I don't know, it just gets me hyped up.
I'll also say the US has the benefit of it being on a streaming service, so they're not. They could, like, if a roundtable is really good, they can show as much of that roundtable as they want. Like they could just show it all. With like with New Zealand and other trader shows, they are on like a cable program, so they only get like an hour. So it is unfortunate because like I just wish they cut other stuff to let this roundtable be longer because this roundtable was like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think I like the UK ones more only because we get shown, I feel, more going on. But I do agree that there's more dramatics in the US one. And I mean, it also helps that we know a lot of these people from other shows. So when it gets dramatic, it's good. Like it's really fun to watch. Well, sometimes, not all the time. But no, yeah, I can see it from both sides. Yeah.
I think the general consensus, if you were to do like a poll of Traitors super fans, including the 3 of us, is people like the UK the most. Like people say that format is superior. I would agree on most fronts, except for what I just mentioned about the US roundtables, minus the lack of diversity in the UK. This shit just pisses me off. And how for too many seasons we've seen people of color going early and often, and it just makes it less of an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, then we head to the votes. They start with Violet, and everyone is surprised when she votes Chloe. Chloe votes James. Keanu votes Hannah. I don't know. This doesn't feel like. I guess the alternative is James because he's not gonna do Chloe. It seems like. But I don't know. This is one of those things where like maybe it puts us on, maybe it doesn't. We'll have to see next drop. But it makes me a little worried.
I just hated the way he did it. Like,
Yeah.
if you're gonna say Hannah, put it on the fucking floor, stand on
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
and be like, Hannah, I gave you an opportunity. I came to this roundtable hoping we can mend whatever was going on, and I think we're both faithful. But the way you reacted makes me suspicious. Boom, Hannah. But he goes, "Ugh, I don't know. Oh, maybe. Oh, it was
Yeah.
just, bro. There's no throwaway votes. The stakes are too high. There's a fucking dagger at play. You cannot be cute about your voting.
Yeah, for he does say, "Oh, this is kind of a throwaway vote, but I just have to do this." It's like you can't say that. You have to stand on it. You have to try to stand on it. And then the
That's
next
like that
vote,
just keeps reminding me of I think what was her name?
Candace, Lisa Rinna.
No. From season 2. Oh my god, why can I not remember her name? I talk about her a lot. She's the one housewife who was like,
Sheree.
yes,
That's what I
Sheree.
thought. It was.
She voted that one person. She's like, I don't think you're a traitor, but I'm voting for you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
She's out of Connor. And this is where I got really scared because after he votes Hannah, Maria's vote is for Keanu, and I was like, "Oh shit, he might be going."
Yeah.
And then James votes for Chloe. Aaron's votes for Chloe. Debbie votes James. Hannah votes Keanu. So at this point, we're at 2 votes Keanu, 3 votes Chloe, and then 2 votes James. So then we get to Maria,
Yeah.
who has the dagger. So if she votes Chloe, Chloe's gone. If she votes Keanu, Keanu's gone.
Yeah.
If she votes James, James is gone. So her dagger is the deciding vote for who goes, and she votes James. James is officially banished
Bye-bye.
one day after coming for Debbie.
It would have been nasty if there was a
This is all
cliffhanger
because of
though.
Debbie.
Like, as much as it would piss us off, like that, this is where you would put the cliffhanger, not in the
Right,
middle of
I'm
an
like-
This makes more
episode.
sense for a cliffhanger than Ryan and
Yeah.
Elliot, the first episode.
No,
Yeah.
fuck it. I'd still be pissed. Just make
Yeah,
it.
I don't
10
want
minutes longer.
either.
God damn it! Because now we have like 5 days to think about like where the chips are
Right.
gonna fall next.
And then the suspense just goes away once you start the next
Yeah.
episode. Like, I really just want to know who gets out. Like, just
Well,
get it
'cause-
over with.
that part, because to me it's like, who voted for Chloe? Aaron voted with Violet, so I'm like, is Aaron like in that clique a little bit now? Like,
It feels like it. It feels
it's
like he
gonna
just
be
took Harrison's
interesting.
spot.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like, are they purpling Aaron because he's just another number for Keanu, and Keanu is actually gonna survive, and they don't want us to know that, or is he up for grabs? I think that's gonna be an important.
There is a world of that because I think we talked about this a lot during the last US season, where like it felt like Rob was like letting some of his people go, but then like over the course of the season, we learned everyone was one of Rob's people.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes like they just won't show you exactly who his people are because there always is the chance that it could be Hannah, Maria, and Maria are the 3 outsiders, and everyone else is the clique. Like that is just how it goes. And if he murders correctly, it could change the game. I don't think I have another. Oh, I did like James's speech when he left, where he was like, "Well, I think we should end the night on some good news." He's like, "I am a traitor." I didn't think that was pretty good. This end of James as a character, he was like a very surprisingly fun villain for the middle of the season.
So campy, so fucking campy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And,
mean,
like-
I think again, I think his whole like duo with Keanu was really fun to watch. I think he only really lost me in episode 7, just like going for Debbie like that. There was like a small part of me that felt like that ick, like,
Yeah.
I wish you didn't do that. But like overall, yeah, he did bring a lot to the season. So, there's that.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think I have a slide. I think I just had the. Oh, I do have another slide. I surprised myself. Oh God. So after the round table, Hannah and Maria still supposed to Keanu. Like, yep, it's Keanu. It's clearly still
And
Keanu.
then Keanu walks in, and they're like, "Hey, Keanu."
Yeah. And Keanu talks about how he went for Hannah first, is where he's telling his strategy. And it's just like everyone, I think even the cast knows it's becoming Hannah versus Keanu next episode. Like, that's just what we're building towards. And I don't know, because on paper, I'm like, Keanu should be done. He should be out. Like,
I don't
game
think
wise,
so.
it doesn't make sense for him to be staying. Edit wise, I'm like, Hannah was not in the first 3 jobs. So I'm like, is Hannah going to be the one to get rid of Keanu? But I just don't think that's how they're editing. I think they're editing if Hannah's the one to get out Keanu. they're just gonna edit her how they. If she wasn't the star the first couple of drops, she's a star now. I kind of just think that's how to accept the editing works here. That they're not. There's not really a winner's edit. It's kind of just like who in the moment. Like they want everyone to get their moment to shine. So people that went out earlier got their time to shine. Now that they're gone, these people in the end game are gonna get their moments now. So
he lost Sam and then he lost James and now he's fucked. And that's why I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, okay, Maduia thinks it's still one of them, but they might be able to convince her on Chloe. I don't know. We'll see. He has Chloe and Violet right now, so he has 2. And then we know he has 2 ops, right? He has Hannah and Maria. So it does come down to Maduia and Aaron. Right?
The only problem with the
he kind of
Chloe
has
and Violet
Debbie
thing
too.
is
He has
Violet
Debbie.
is against Chloe. Yeah, he does actually have. Well, does he know that he has Debbie? Does he think that Debbie is close with him?
I think he had a confessional talk about how he's working on the Debbie relationship. So I think
He's
in
been
his
working
mind,
on it,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, because I think Debbie for sure wants to trust Keanu after like the whole thing with Keanu and Harrison. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
she wants to vote him out, and he's
Mhm.
very like nice to her. So I just don't think she would have any reason to go for him. I think when you said Chloe and Violet, I think as individuals, yes, but I do think the problem is that Violet is going after Chloe. So then if they do have to get rid of Chloe, then it's like you're down to Violet. But then you mentioned Debbie, so I'm like, okay, that's a great backup actually. So it's
Yeah.
fine. It doesn't really matter. They
Yeah.
they just need to murder. I think they need to just murder Maruya or Aaron at this point. Like Aaron could be a good one because I mean it doesn't really trace back to anyone.
The
But I think
problem is
Maruya especially because Maruya has she could be a number for Hannah and Maria. So
Aaron voted for Chloe as well. So Chloe's in trouble and Keanu's
yeah.
going to have to sacrifice her potentially either as the person he recruited or as just
Mhm.
faithful that trusts him. So now the numbers are even further. Now he has to have Debbie and he has to have Aaron, otherwise game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, just looking at the board, the 3 people he talks about recruiting are Chloe because he loves her and doesn't want to betray her. Maria because she's a smart player. She's a smart player and she's scared, but he's scared that she would turn on him if he lets her into the turret. That she will just banish him and she'll win the game. And then he thinks about recruiting Maria because he thinks she will crumble due to the pressure of being a traitor. And I kind of don't know. I think there's 2 ways that he should do this. I think he should do Chloe or Violet and then banish them immediately. So it's like that's the one in the click that was the traitor. I kind of wonder if that's the technique.
No, you can't afford that. He just threw out an ally. You can't throw out another ally.
It also depends on how many allies he has, but
Chloe,
it's like.
but if you recruit Chloe, I think especially Chloe, she like who knows how her reaction will be finding all this out and then getting betrayed by him. Like I think that reaction could actually fuck his game up. Like he might get
Liability number
gone later.
4.
Yeah,
Literally
like at that
liability.
point, why would anyone take him at the final 2? Like they're not gonna risk it. So that's why I'm like, it
Maria,
has to
y'all.
be Maria. Yeah,
Has to be
and
Maria.
I don't think it can be Hannah because, I mean, technically, she could say no to the blackmail and just like get herself. And then it's like now it's awkward because now they're all gonna think, oh, why did Keanu murder Hannah? Or why did they murder Hannah? Oh, could be Keanu trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah, maybe
So
the play probably is Maria. Hope she crumbles, banish her, and they be like, see Hannah, she was like let the rest people like she was the one that was coming for me. She's the traitor here. It's not me. And they try to say traitor on traitor. This started a round ago. Like this is been a thing. She's been sussing me.
no, yeah, I guess like the move maybe isn't going for Hannah first. You maybe need to banish Maria first, because then remember the final 5 and onwards, I'm pretty sure, is when they start hiding the roles. So then banish Hannah at final 5 and no one will know that she's a faithful. And then Keanu can play it up like, oh, all the traitors are gone. And we're done.
It's tough.
It's a hard path. This is what we're gonna find out. Is Keanu like a good trader or is he a great trader? Like this is where we're gonna start seeing.
No, we know he's a good trader.
He is a good trader. Is he a great trader?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's not in the great tier yet.
Yeah, he's just a good one. He's a solid B plus.
The issue with both Hannah and Maria is that either of them can just go for him again, and then they're gonna know they're right, and then they're gonna be like, "We did it! I told y'all," and then one of them just takes it. But at this point, he has to take that risk. You have to take one of your ops off the board and bring them into into your squad, into your turret, and just try to rally your numbers to save yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his numbers right now are Chloe, Violet, like you said, Chloe, Violet, Debbie. You need to make sure Violet stops going for Chloe, and then you
yeah.
can get them on track to go for
What if
Maria, I would say.
he recruits Maria, tells Violet we can get Chloe out next time, but trust me, I think it's Maria. Banishes Maria, then he can at the end game choose between Violet or Chloe. He sounds like he's closer to Chloe, so he'll probably just take Chloe to the end. I do
Yeah.
think he's recruiting Chloe. The way he talked about it made me think he's recruiting Chloe because that's why he recruited James. Like he wants someone he can
Really?
work with, and I think he wants to work with someone
Yeah.
he likes in
Oof.
Chloe. I fully expect him to recruit
Terrible
Chloe.
move, but I could see
I
it.
could see it in the edit, especially with how much Chloe has been prominent in the edit from time to time, just
Yeah.
like randomly. Like I remember from the first episode, like I just remembered who she was because she would have these random moments of being shown. That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
them
I,
showing her consistently, I mean, that could mean something.
I think I said this like in the second or maybe the third drop, but I was like, we see a lot of Chloe, and she isn't that involved in the story. Like she always gets like the confessional during
Right.
the challenge and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think out of all the because we lost a lot of the main character faithfuls, she probably is the only faithful here who's like I think constantly in all the drops. Even if she's not getting like
Yeah.
this big moment, she gets times where she gets to narrate the challenge or she gets to talk about what's going on. And I could see if there's like I don't know if she's winning because like game wise, I feel like she's gonna get banished at some point. I feel like she's one. I feel like her. I'm trying to think who else is like just suspicious. It's honestly Keanu. I feel like them two. It's kind of like, are they gonna let them get to the end? Like I don't know unless they're at the end together somehow.
That's the problem with Maria and Hannah is neither of them, like Maria hasn't caught a single vote the whole season. So now
Yeah.
you're out of nowhere gonna find some evidence out of your fucking pulling some shit out of your ass and
Yeah.
convincing 4 people to vote for someone who's never had sus who's also saying your name. It's a tough sell. I could see him going for Chloe. I do think there's a world where Keanu can still win. I think that the edit and New Zealand did this last year too, and even in season 1. Like season 1 was fucked up and flawed in the end game for sure, game wise. Like they actually made a mistake. But season 2 was such a chaotic ride. It was hard to tell. They kind of buried it. I feel like with this season, they're like Keanu's the star of the show. We want you to think he's done for. Like maybe he'll still pull it off last minute. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's always a chance he wins. I honestly, at this point, I'm looking at his whole cast. I think everyone here has a chance to win, but Aaron. Like I just don't think Aaron's winning the game much. I just don't see
Well,
him
because Debbie would just be like a dragged faithful.
Yeah,
like,
I could see like Debbie like ending up as like say like it's Debbie, Keanu,
the Lord
and,
Ivar, if you may.
Yeah, like say if it's Debbie, Keanu, and like Violet, and Violet's like it's obviously Keanu at that point. I could see like that being the final two. Like it,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like unless Debbie's randomly murdered, which I don't think Keanu's gonna do it at this point.
I love how we have a traitor scale now. I'm looking at the chat. From Suri to Donna. That's the scale. Where would Keanu rank if he won?
If he wins, just because he wins from a starting trader, he's probably high because like it's very hard to do that as a starting trader.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of comparisons to him and like Wilfred from like UK1. Like I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they're around the same rank. Even if he loses, I think that's like a fine comparison.
I would say top 5, I think is fair. Maybe 6. Like he's made mistakes, but somebody mentioned this earlier in the chat too. Like every trader has made mistakes. Like even like Suri had a few questionable moments. Like you're not gonna have a perfect game. There's just no such thing. So I think top 5 is solid. And when I say 5, I mean like even if someone won as a pair, that's like 1. In terms of traders wins without giving too much away.
Oh, I was kind of those two separate people, so I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely say within the top 8. I would need to think about all the winners.
Yeah.
Top 5 sounds plausible.
Yeah, because
I don't think top 4.
Like there's Harry, Netta, Suri, like those are always the ones that
those 3. I'll probably put Rob above them too, and then
let's calm down a little bit.
I know you don't like Rob, but his game is still impressive.
No, I don't. I just think he had an easier path than almost every trader I've seen win.
Yeah, but like he didn't fuck up the path. That's impressive enough. Keanu actively fucked up the path. So,
but he also had terrible faithfuls that tanked his game on their way out. Rob didn't really have to deal with that the same way.
Yeah.
Nobody like took the housewives in the turret seriously enough for them to have any real power in the clout in the game. Whereas the breadcrumbs that like Bradley has left and Jill has left are like could be the downfall of Keanu. We'll see. He hasn't even got there yet.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting to talk about if he does win. Even if he loses, like he still was like one of the top traders because a lot of traders are very bad. Like if you look at just English speaking, because I haven't watched the international ones that aren't English speaking.
Yeah,
The traders, like some of these traders suck.
Or even just
They're a
look at
mess.
this season with the
Yeah,
first
if you
two
look
out.
at these seasons,
they're a mess.
like James only survives like 2 round tables. He's probably a top half trader because most traders are pretty bad, dude. Because
Yeah.
like I'm not counting the traders who like get recruited just to be banished. Like that's like the plan of the traders because they're
Yeah.
fuck coming into it. So
No, but
yeah,
it's true. Even somebody else mentioned earlier too that like even the winners from the UK season, right? Like there were like what 2 moments when we were like, oh, they are fucked. Like one of them for
yeah.
sure is going, and it didn't happen. So it's possible. And even the ones we think did great had moments where we thought they were cooked.
Yeah, I would say from like a storyline perspective, like Cerie's season is fun. She dominates the season as a trader. I don't want to I don't think I'll ever rewatch that season. I've tried because it is boring that she just dominates the season. If as a whole is better when a trader is facing adversary and they get through it and they overcome the odds. That makes the season
Right.
more fun. It might be like less impressive like on a gameplay ranking, but it's like it's still more fun to watch them have to go through heat and like face the heat and win a battle. So
I mean,
yeah.
I was seated. I mean, if you're a stan and somebody's dominating the whole season, like the Suri experience was incredible.
No, that's the thing. It's fun the first time. Then you go to rewatch it. And you're like, nothing's happened in 6
Yeah,
episodes.
that's fair.
It's like,
There were some real Kais on that cast.
yeah. But any other thoughts on like the season before we start wrapping up? Like thoughts on the cast? This is like there's only maybe 2 drops. I think it's 1 or 2 more drops before we get to the end of the show.
I really like this season. I think this has
Love
been
it.
a really fun ride. I know a lot of people might not like this season, which I mean, fair. I mean, everyone has their own opinions, and I agree that the edit can be a bit frustrating. But I think overall, just like if I look past the edit and just look at the characters themselves, like I've been loving it. I like basically all these people. Aaron is the only one I'm like I don't really care about him, but like he hasn't like done anything to piss me off. So I'm like, and he worked with Sam, so sure.
It's been fun. It's been campy. I think it's a really fun, interesting group of people. I really enjoy seeing people on shows that I personally love that look like regular ass people that you would see at the grocery store, running errands, at school, at work, like just regular people. And I think I love the US celebrity stuff. Like we're watching Love Island. We get it. There's the Hollywood superstars, all dolled up and glammed up. But this is dope because it's like feels relatable. Feels like something any of us could play because we really could. And I just love that. I think it feels more campy. It feels genuine. It doesn't feel like there's not even that many influencers. There's like a few people
Yeah.
that are like athletes on here.
Feels like higher stakes.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they're showing off for cameras. I think that's what bugs
Yeah.
me about some of the other franchises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a good ride this season. I know some people don't like the season. Some people don't like Keanu, but like I like the season. I like Keanu. I'm having a fun time. This is like, is it the best trailer season ever? No, but it's still fun. It's a good season. I've seen bad trailers before. Okay,
Yes.
this isn't bad trailers. I have faults with the editing, but at the end of the day, I still enjoy the characters. I wish, like, truly, if Hannah and Maria are the reasons Keanu goes, I do wish they had more character development time. Like, that sounds fun. That sounds like an anime, but it's like I wish they had more like moments in the earlier seasons, part of the season, because like they kind of just came out of nowhere to snipe Keanu. But at the end of the
I
day,
really don't understand the
if you
hate
don't-
for Keanu. Like,
Yeah,
when you
thank you.
said that Keanu has so much hate, I'm like, why? Out of all people,
You
because like
just
I
don't
feel like
like.
he's, huh?
If you don't like Keanu, you just don't like fun. That's just
yeah.
period.
Easy's gonna hate it when we get to BB season. If Keanu's returning, I'm clipping all of these out of context.
No, he's not.
It's like if you don't like Keanu,
No.
you're just
You put that down. Drake.
Well, maybe some of the people who don't like Keanu are just homophobic. I don't know. That's
always
also
a
a
chance.
I mean,
I just
because
check the
I
Reddit
hear
feed.
I hear way too many times when people are like, "Oh, I don't like this person because they're uh they're gay or they're bi or whatever, and they don't believe in that shit. Like, okay,
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, people
on
which are
Pride
openly
Month,
homophobic.
really,
So
especially during Pride Month. So
yeah,
Don't be
I think
fucking weird, y'all.
yeah, some people just don't because he's like an overconfident villain, but like we're watching the Traitors, like they should be overconfident. Like they have all the information in the world. Like I want them to be overconfident. Like I want my TV show to have villains. It's like I don't, and it's not like he's not a villain in an icky way, so it's fun, you know. Like
What's Cerie's favorite line from the postseason? Like the show is called The Traitor. Like it's literally
yeah,
the name of the show is like you're a liar and deceiving something. Like
yeah,
what do you want me to say?
either way, Keanu wins is going to be a good season. If Keanu gets a fun management, it's going to be a good season either way.
Yeah.
I do hope he makes it to the final drop though. That's all I really hope for, because it'd be so like unsatisfying. The final drop has no OG traders. I feel that for like every version of the traders. Like if the final episode doesn't have an OG, it's like, oh, this kind of sucks.
The only way it would be fun is if we get like a complete like mess of a mother off between like Chloe, Maruya, Violet, Hannah,
Right.
and they're just eating each other up, going back and forth, and they end up banishing like two of them for no reason. That might be fun.
Let's put this in there. Finale episode happens. Keanu recruits Chloe. If Keanu ends up getting outplayed, but Chloe's able to rebuild her relationship with Violet, and she's able to get the sus off of her. We get to the final two. Violet is a faithful. Chloe, what are you? Traitor. That's a top tier ending. If Chloe and Violet in this season is Chloe as a traitor after all of this talk about Violet winning her out, I'll be here for
I mean,
That would be
Easy
fucking
would
nuts.
only agree if Violet's the one who wins.
No.
Which I mean, yeah,
like,
me too, because I don't think Chloe necessarily needs to win. I think I would prefer Violet in that case, but
I will say I think it'd be satisfying to watch like an overconfident faithful lose in the final two.
yeah,
That's kind of funny.
yeah,
I get
that is funny. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'd be happy. Like Maruya, really, if any of these women that are left win, I don't think Chloe's played the greatest game. I did appreciate her sharing her personal story. But really, like Hannah, Maria, Maruya, or Violet, like if any of them win, I think they deserve it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Yo, join the Discord, y'all. The Discord, we're always out there chatting. You think you have a show you like, we be talking about it. Even if we don't have a thing for it, tell us what the show, and we'll make a thing so we can talk about it.
Lee
Maybe
and Pharaoh
talk
need to
about-
update that because we don't have 61 members.
That's the
Hello,
It's like
Oh.
350
have, like-
at least.
I'm gonna look right now.
It's
It's
the
we
OG
have
61. OG
we-
61.
we have 327 people offline
Let's
right
go. Let's
Cool.
go.
now. So
That's a lot.
there's 31 online. So do the math.
And join the Patreon. You know, it's always fun over there. We got reality T segments, Kingdom's Choice, Love On, Watch Along. It's always a good time. Go to the Patreon, just chill out. Lee and Pharaoh support them. It's only $3 a month. It's not that much, okay? Because some people be charging like $4. That's a little too crazy, okay? We only do 3. Then we got the schedule. Now, look, if anyone in this chat likes Love Island, guess what? You're being fed, okay? Because they
Every damn night except for Saturdays.
yeah, they're always talking Love Island, talking other shows. I'm on the Big Brother All Stars Rewind on Friday. It's always a good time. Off season stuff's coming out on Sundays. After Dark, Real Housewives, 90 Day Fiance. Look at all these shows. I probably missed a couple, but it's a RuPaul Drag Race. All these shows are great. You know, it's always a good time. That's the last thing. Let me get us on the big screen again. All right, it's fun podcasting with y'all. Peace.
We out.
Bye.
Talk to you next week, Wednesday night.